Drought, we back.
Yeah.
Another edition of the Nightcap. Pub Hub presented by Pub Sports as well. And we got my man here, Cabby. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Good. Got this Toronto game on. They're kind of getting their ass beat, but they're not quitting. And that's all we can ask for. Some fucking fight, right?
Nobody likes a quitter, so that's good.
Yeah,
except for
go.
MMA when I want to know distance. But other than that, yes, correct. Tonight we're gonna be doing the Derby, some Derby talk. And live betting between MLB and NHL. No NBA tonight. We got a break from basketball. So
and it's coming up, right? The drought for some people. Dutch was texting me earlier. Shout out to him.
Itching for a bet. He's like, no NBA tonight, so throw it at me, guys.
It's coming to a close. This is the playoffs. When it's over, you got baseball and the rest of the hockey playoffs, and then baseball and I guess UFC and golf.
That's what I love about UFC. It's all year round. MMA all year round, does not stop. It's not stopped. Dana White, you're the man. Let's bring on some of the guests, though. Starting with Mr. Marley Betts.
Yeah.
Yo. What's up, fellas?
How are you, my man?
I'm good. I heard y'all talking about the drought. I think I'm going to start capping USFL.
Yeah. Lil Wayne, the drought, 17. Is that what it is now? No, just kidding.
USFL?
Huh?
What's USFL?
It's the new football league. That it's like a
the wrestling
football because there's
the fake shit.
There's actually NFL coaches. There we go. Tease United States Football League, yes sir.
Philly Stars, baby.
Not a lot of people capping it, and I'm sure the line makers are.
That's because I don't know what the fuck it is.
Right, so I think that's an advantage for us backers. They're learning like we're learning on the fly. This is the first season, so. I've looked at it, but I haven't broke anything down yet. I think this is like week 4, so there's enough numbers to go back and start looking at things now. But I think the games are on Saturdays on FS1, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Saturdays.
The only problem with that, Marley, is they're all in Alabama, which is
really
up, man.
All the games are in Alabama.
I don't know why, but
why you got to get Alabama?
Oh, you don't know why? Yeah, it's like move around a little bit. Well, it's probably more expensive.
Okay. I haven't.
Go Rangers. Rangers 2-1.
Rangers. I need some shit to
Harper.
hop on, man.
Harper just bagged one.
I need some live bets, man. You know, I'm basketball guys, and I haven't started capping in the NHL yet, so I have no bets.
That's one line right now.
I got 2 minutes and 26 seconds. I got Florida first period, minus a half. At minus 110. So
I got the Rangers. I got the Rangers in the Panthers first period as well.
Ooh, there you go. So Rangers a first period tied, right?
What?
Rangers and Penguins?
Yeah, Rangers first period tied. Yeah. Did you have the minus a half or money line?
Yeah, I took the minus a half.
Fuck.
Money line was like the Angels, man. The Angels fucked me today. Had them in the first 5. They should have scored, man. I'm going to go ahead and do my venting really quick. I don't even remember who was on first base, but Ohtani hit a ball. It almost went out of the park. It was almost a 2-run homer. But
bro. Fuck, Castellanos just hit a home run too.
Nice. Back to back. Man, I knew the Phillies were going to unload tonight. Man, but yeah, like I was saying, this douchebag went back to first base to tag up. You don't tag up from first base, man. He should have been standing on second, looking at the ball, waiting to see if he needed to go back to first or could run. And he would have scored if he did that. But instead, he was tagging from first base. Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, you got to get at least 4 or 5 feet off the bag.
That Rangers game is the reason why I don't watch Jimmy's show before I place my bets. Because I would not have taken the Rangers first period without hearing Gogi saying that.
I be questioning myself on that, Tease. Like, is it smart to watch it before I place my bets or after?
I watch them all on replay, man. I can't watch them live, dude, unless I place my bets.
Right.
Shout out to anyone who told me he'd be 0-1 today, looking at an 0-2. So,
whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Go Angels.
Florida,
man. What up?
Florida's up 2-0 too. Florida's up 2-0. So I know a lot of people heavy on Florida tonight. That was their get back game to get back in the series. They're down 1-0 right now, so they just scored again. Oh,
I tell you what, I'm gonna catch some W's on these late games.
I'm surprised you haven't ripped everything off your wall, Cap. 0-2 today. Shit.
Oh,
Let's fucking
boxing
go.
bags are like a really good way to work out as long as you know how to punch and you don't break your wrist. And when you're mad from bets, like instead of putting a hole in your wall, like go fucking hit the boxing bag.
All right, let me
one in my backyard, bro, hanging from the tree.
Let me something real quick because I'm gonna have to break out of here. Look, tomorrow I'm gonna give you how many people are in the chat?
We got right now
1,000.
We got about 10 people in the chat right now.
All right, 10 people, listen up. Jump on this right now because the line will go up tomorrow. Trust me. Take Washington first half, WNBA -3.5. Jump on it now.
Washington first half -3.5.
-3.5. Take them full game too at -7.5. That line will be close to double digits by tomorrow.
Are you?
Hey, I'm telling you all season.
Would you like to make it an official nightcap play?
But
we'll start a record keeping now.
All season, bro.
Start it. Do it.
Who's keeping it? Is it me? I don't.
Nicky raised his hand.
Marley's got it. He just wrote it down. I was literally gonna say Marley.
What do you mean Marley?
I was gonna ask you real quick.
My other picks, you're gonna have to.
Big Show, help me.
My other picks, you're gonna have to.
Marley just wrote it down.
What you're in for?
Listen, you signed up. Is WNBA starting back up? Is that what's going on? Because we made some good money with that last year.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Tomorrow, Saturday, you got 4 games on each day, I believe. And I'll be on Dallas.
You said 3.5 each for that Washington?
The Dallas Wings on Saturday.
I can't.
What's that, Marley?
I see 6.5 on Mystics. Or did you say first half?
First half, 3.5. You got 6.5.
My books won't let me do first half right now. They're only giving me 4 games.
Already went up to 7.5. Up on the 6.5.
Marley.
Hey, can somebody type it? Let me see if I can.
I got it.
Say it for me one time. I'm gonna type it in the chat.
Yeah, get on it, bro.
Say it one more time, Tease.
What?
You said Chicago 3.5 or Washington 3.5 first half, right?
Yeah, first half, full game. It's at 7.5 on FanDuel. If you can get it lower, take it.
Hell yeah, I got 6.5. I'm finna take it now.
They're going first half, full game all the way.
My dumbass books won't give me first half right now. They're probably
also I'm looking at the under on and I got to thank you, Capper, for this, man, and actually Ski for this for filling me in on some things I didn't know. But the under in the Chicago game, Chicago, LA,
Sky, right?
Yeah, I like LA
under 155.5 is what I'm seeing.
What's that? Yeah,
155.5.
Yeah. I really like the Spark this year, but I'm hesitant to bet on them because they've only played 1 preseason game and they've got a whole new backcourt. They brought in a couple veterans in Canada and Cambridge and Kennedy. So I got to give them time to build their chemistry together. But they're going to be a really good team. I think by the end of the year, you might want to take a future on them.
Hey, I got a question for you, Tease. Well, it's not my question. It's a Ashy Dog. He said, "How old is that Phillies hat? Because you got that thing looks sharp, man. It looks classic. Did you just get a hat that looks classic, or have you had it for a while?
Pretty old, actually.
Like 10 years, 20 years.
Those are the 30.
If you could see the sweat underneath the brim, you'd say the hat's beat.
The design, though, man. The P. I haven't seen one like that.
Oh, actually, you know what? Shit, this actually is a new hat because it's a real wool hat. Yeah. I thought I had my old one on. I guess I put the new one on.
Getting old, Tease. Getting old.
Yeah, I know.
Forgetting what you got on.
Forgetting shit.
I forget to wear my drawers every day.
Does the lady that take you to the bathroom forget to tell you what hat you got on this morning?
Up there.
You wake up, you got somebody who gets you dressed too, right? Tease is getting up there, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling my daughter right now to get me things.
Oh, your daughter still takes care of you. That's nice. Don't put him in a nursing home yet, please. We still need him.
No, Tease is a fucking legend. He quit his job to be a professional gambler and fucking making it. That's fucking legend status, bro.
There you go.
He's a legend in my book. I damn sure couldn't quit my job.
Looking at right now,
we'd be poor.
No,
You're saying you don't make millions from gambling quite yet?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Fuck millions. I'm not making hundreds of thousands.
Bro, hundreds of thousands. If you made 100,000, I'd be like, shit.
If I made 100,000, I'd quit. I don't know if I quit because I got my own company. I'd pay somebody else to run that hoe, though.
Hey, I bet a lot different. Look, so some people, they hit those parlays, right? And it's, they can win 10,000 in one parlay or whatever. I don't bet like that.
I don't bet big. My parlay, I do a lot of parlays, right? But they're only, to be 100% honest with everybody that watches, my parlays are like $20, $10.
Yeah, but how many are you putting 20 on a 5-team?
Oh, no. No, dude. I'll do like 3-teamer, 4-teamer, anywhere from like 2 at the most 5. I've done, believe it or not, I've hit my fair share of 7 and 8-teamers, but I only put like $5, $10. Because what's the odds of hitting the 8, 9? I know people do it, but for me, parlays are kind of just like I'm long shots. I'm taking a chance, but like I don't never put like a unit on a parlay. I personally,
hell no.
I just ran out to my car to find out what I did with the hat that I had on earlier.
When it got that
the whole time it was sitting right in front of me.
There you go.
I need some of that shit you smoking, Z's.
Yeah, I can't.
The other one looks older, bro.
I do the same.
The other one, no, it doesn't. Not the sweat makes that
no. I like the one you had on a while ago.
Well, yeah, the color is better.
This one is 100% wool because it's old school. Like they used to be 100% wool back in the day. But this one, the newer one, is 100% wool too. But it's got a filthy feel to it.
Yeah.
Filthy.
I like the new one. Hey, Jared TG. That's very true.
All right, Ashley. Now you're getting a little personal, man. He's like coming. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just fucking with you.
About 4 years. 4 years.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you get that play in, Marley?
Yes, sir. I got that. I got that Mystics at -6.5, and I followed you on that under at 155.
I'm gonna tell you on it. I don't tell people.
I'm telling. I don't give a shit. I tell people that I believe are good cappers, win or lose. I tell them if I lose, it's not like, oh, Tisha's a bad capper now. It's like he lost the game. It's cool. I'm still gonna ride.
Terrible, man. I'm a terrible capper.
Up 5 I decided to tell Gabby today. I'm not too.
I'll tell you what. Last year,
what is it?
Last year on the totals, I had six
I couldn't hear you. I was going to ask you what you said, but I didn't want to interrupt Tease like I just did.
Today was a bad day to tell Gab, huh?
From after
yes.
After the first month of the season, I was capping the totals and I hit six numbers exactly on. Like I would tell the chat like in the green room.
But we ain't fucking dead yet. Let's go.
And,
let's go. 5-6 Toronto.
I would put the total out where the line came out, and I'd say what my total was, and the line would come out, and then the next day that total hit exactly on 6 times.
No shit. Damn.
Yeah.
After it moved too, right?
Come on,
so
man.
I'm going over 6 this year.
Hey, all I know is I'm riding with you, T. You're my WNBA guy, man.
A lot of people make their own lines.
When you do your picks on Twitter, please tag me, bro. I'll retweet.
Yeah, and everybody else who follows Tease guarantees to pay you back for anything you lose if the bet doesn't hit. So,
yep. And he pays you 100.
I told you I'm a fuck with people tonight. When I'm losing, bro, I'm a dick. I'm not.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I do sell packages and I do pay back if they don't win at the end of the week.
I was thinking about that, man. Like, how does that work out for you? Like, people that pay.
It works
like,
out. I don't normally lose throughout the week.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, at the end of the day, you're banking on yourself.
I've only had to pay out like maybe once or twice since New Year's.
Do you pay like a percentage out, or you pay the whole thing back?
No, I'll give them their whole money back, like $100 for the package, and I'll give them the whole 100 back, or give them.
My dad can beat up your dad.
My dad can beat up your dad. You real quick, guys. Though, Up 5 has asked a question here. Any MLB plays that you guys are looking at here coming up or live?
Yes. Now let me tell you before I tell you what I'm looking at. But I am 0-1 right now. I'm staring 0-2 in the face. But Toronto haven't died yet. We're not done yet. So we'll see.
But Nate,
you're only down 1.
Yeah, they were just down 4 just a minute ago too. So, anyways, tonight I do really like the first 5 over 3.5 in the Padres game. I'm not a big fan of Nick Martinez, and I think the Padres can score some runs too. A 3.5 is a crazy low number in my opinion. I think it should be 4.5 for that game. So, I do like that play.
I'm pulling up the games now because I need to make some plays.
I'm on the Giants.
You're on the Giants? Okay. Yeah. I'm on the Cardinals, so fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Worst of luck, though.
I'll go ahead with you.
Yes, you're in a good spot.
Somebody's got to win.
You got
under 5 minus 155.
Hey, did you have a play on that Astros game?
Astros first 5.
I'm on the under in the first 5. Why? What's the score?
1-0, bottom of the first, 1 out, 1 on. I think I want to take something live on that Astros game.
Yeah, I have under 5.
You got
first
under 5?
5. I bought it up to 5 though at minus 155. I didn't take the 4.5.
Yeah, let's go real deal. But yeah, like I was saying, like out of my picks, like the one that I like, I mean, and I don't do best bets or anything like that. Oh man, tying guy on second with no outs. Come on, Toronto, bring this shit back. All right. Anyway,
what do you think about under for the full game, 7.5 for that Astros game?
Yeah, I like that too. I really like the
3.5 right now.
Wasn't that 8.5 earlier?
Yep. It was either at 8 or 8.5, one of the two. Because I remember it was a 4.5 first 5.
I did, JPZ. Yep.
And I also just jumped on.
I got an 8.5 at minus 130. Is that too much juice?
I just jumped on the over 2 goals, second period.
It's at 8.5 minus 130 now
for the total for the Astros.
Oh, I mean, I'm on the first 5, man. So I'm on first 5 under 4.5.
I can't do first 5 live.
Hey, I got to get out, man, because I got.
That's cool, Spenny.
So I appreciate you all letting me on, and check out my Twitter, and I'll post the link for the videos tomorrow. I'll tag you, Marley, and anybody else that wants to be tagged, just let me know. I'll tag you
for sure.
Yeah, always tag me too, so I'll always retweet it for you, bud.
All right, you got it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good luck tonight, and
you too, brother.
We'll check you all out.
All right,
I'm coming for you if I lose money tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I want to take this under 8.5 minus 130. I'm kind of
all right.
Is that too much juice? It's 1-0 right now.
That is not my decision to make for you, gambler, man.
I'm not asking for I won't blame you if I lose. I'm just asking an opinion. Or do you feel better with the run line minus 1.5 minus 145?
I don't even know who's winning. I'm trying to watch.
Astros are up 1-0, bottom first.
Bottom, right?
Yeah, I got bottom first. Bottom first, guy on first, 1 out. Astros at the bat.
All right,
double play ball, only run score.
Double play ball.
2 outs actually.
Nice. All right, sounds even better.
To throw a fucking that sinker and get a ground ball double play.
Google's nice, man.
I know.
I'm gonna watch that because I want to watch him.
I was gonna jump on Detroit.
You should really watch him. He's like Sharpie said. He's not lying. He's probably gonna be one of the better lefties in the game pretty soon, like the next 2-3 years.
Who are y'all talking about?
Detroit's the guy on the mound for Detroit.
Bichette put one in the corner.
No, that's foul.
Fuck. Thank God.
He says,
are you on him too?
I'm just rooting for you, bud.
Oh man, you're a good guy. I was about to say, what the fuck? You actually tell me, like the way you said that earlier. I was like, oh damn, Big Show. I'm sorry.
JPZ, I see you on the first 5 under. What do you think about the full game under 8.5, JPZ?
Come on.
He's on the under 2? All right.
He's on the under first 5. I just want to know people's thoughts on the under for the full game. Mo, what's good?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like, to answer your question, Marley, I feel like baseball is the one sport that you can get in and out of.
I love first 5s, man.
I hate full games.
Yeah.
I hate full games. I'm not a big fan of the no run, or I'll actually come on and explain this. Do you guys really think you guys have value with the no run first innings?
Absolutely.
I like it. I don't know about the value, but I like it at certain spots because I think it's
because most of the time it's a juice number to one side.
The
lines don't move at all, so you really don't have. You could take it at the last second, and it doesn't really make a difference on the closing line from when it starts.
So you want to tell you why I don't like that, Big Show? Like, here's the thing: as like a pitcher, like the first. Especially for me, like when I was starting, the first inning, sometimes the first 2 innings are the hardest like innings to get adjusted to where you're at, to get the feel for the game. And like people all the time are going to come out like great pitchers and they're going to give up a run in the first inning. And then they might settle in and go 6 or 7 innings without giving up another one. Like,
what do you feel with the second inning? Get through the heart of the lineup a little bit, right? But, you know what I mean? And then maybe
like I'm saying, you never see that line move 40 cents. So there's
So
no.
let
I
me
mean,
tell you
when you don't have any value in a line move, whether you know it from the day before or right up to the thing, there's no line movement, so it's already kind of dead value. You can win them, but you're 50-50 in it still. Like almost the pure is 50-50.
So like if anything, like if you want to take a no run in the first inning because you like those pitchers, if we're talking just about like personal bankroll, trying to win money, gambling, okay, I'm not talking about posting picks to make yourself look good. I'm talking about like, I want to fucking make money gambling. Watch the first inning, watch the first 2 innings. And if your pitchers are settled in, that 4th or 5th inning can get rocky sometimes, but grab that draw at -130 on a live bet for the 3rd inning, like in the middle of the
I would prefer the draw over yes or no most of the time. Like if you give me a draw there, I would rather have the draw.
Yeah, and like I said, don't do it in the first. Do it in the 2nd or the 3rd live if you really want to find value in it.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm honestly a first 5 guy when it comes to baseball. I've only been betting baseball like 3 years, but I'm like a first 5 guy, first 5 total, over under, first 5 money line. I typically
me too, Spenny.
From Marley got weed and
it's still a little bit too long for me, man. I like
fucking crazy. That's my wife though.
In baseball, what I like to try to find is tie games late in the game. I like to either get in. I like 2 innings. Don't give me 5 is a little bit too much. Anybody can come back in 5 from whatever score. We've seen 13 runs in 2 innings.
That's why I don't like fucking full games, dude. I feel like if I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose with my starting pitcher. I hate when my bullpen comes in or my closer comes in after my pitcher done threw like 6 or 7 good innings and they fucking blow the game for me. So that's what kind of got me away from full games. Because, you'll be up, dude. It'll be like the 8th inning and somebody hits a fucking 2-run homer or some stupid ass shit. And that shit used to piss me off. So, like,
that's
first
baseball.
5, I'm good. For the people in the chat, I did jump on that Astros. I saw T posted it was the paint player today. That made me go ahead and just press the button. So I did take the Astros full. Yeah. So I did take the Astros -8 full game total 8.5 under.
What is did they get out of that first inning?
Let me check right now.
They better have.
I feel like
it's updating.
I got another.
Hey, speaking of, Steven just asked what the show's about. Real quick, if you don't mind, chat, we're talking about our action. Would you guys throw your action up in the chat so we can start seeing it? Nick and I were bouncing around some ideas. We're gonna figure out something to do with the action the chat puts up. But we want to know what you guys are on tonight. Like, what tickets are you waiting to cash? We're out here, man, to watch.
We'll start putting you on the board.
Yeah. There you go. We'll explain how we're going to do it. Right now, we're just going to keep up with it. But pretty soon, we're going to do something with that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
What were you going to say, Big Show?
I was trying to answer Steven. He said, what's it about? And then I asked the chat their action. Like, what bets you guys got going on? This is a live betting show. We're also going to talk about upcoming games. Like we were just talking about some of the games that are coming up tonight. We've already had a couple people take live bets. Like Marley just took the under 8.5, right, Marley?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're going to try and make some fucking money, basically. Have some laughs, have a drink if you want, have a smoke, whatever. Come hang out, kick
just
it. That's what
hanging out, fucking making money, maybe losing money, and fucking having a good time. That's what
that's what it's all about. I did move, by the way, on the Marlins, on the Panthers, not the Panthers game, -2. Fucking hey, I can't speak right now. Over 2 goals at -125, second period. So I think we might get 3 goals there. I think it's a push or win scenario type thing. Or you can wait for the 1.5.
So back to what I was saying, I got a question for the cappers, the baseball cappers in general.
Chat included.
Do you feel like players play it if you have a first 5 in a full game? I definitely think there's a chance that players are playing different for the first 5 than the full game. So
that's any sport.
Yeah. Well, you're running out of ammo. That's what it is. Is they play different. They play a little more intense when it comes to full games, and I think that's how people end up getting beat on full games, where compared to half games, if they do give up a 2-run bomb in the 5th, that's a whole different feeling than a 2-run bomb in the 8th. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like almost like, I get what you're saying. Like right now, like I don't know. Like, even though the Blue Jays just screwed a good opportunity. I got in third with no outs or with 1 out, and they didn't get him in. But still, like, they were just down by 4 runs. Now they're down by 1 run. Like, I don't know. Cleveland can't feel good right now. Like, kind of like what you're saying. And if you bet on Cleveland,
you take a little foot off the brake in the 5th if you got a fucking decent little lead and you play different. Right. The intensity changes, and when you already got a locked in bet for a full game, you can't bet that intensity. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you feel it, like, I would rather play first 5 and have clips in my pocket.
So what I will say, Big Show, to answer that though, is like, if you can find value, a lot of people are scared of run lines. And I get it. And I'm not some expert at gambling by any means, but like, like example. So the Mets have had 2 doubleheaders this year, right? Both of those doubleheaders, the first game, they were like plus 170 something on the run line. And then the second game, they were plus 180 to plus 190. And both of those doubleheaders, they won the first game by 1 run and the second game by more than they covered the run line. And both games, you could kind of cap at it and look at it and say, you know what, I think this team is going to win at least one of these games by more than, a run and a half. And if you look at both and say, oh, they could win both, right? There's a ton of value in that just because it's like a 1-and-1 play, you're winning money, right?
Yeah. And
I know you get that. I'm just saying, so like the run lines or the full games for me are about value. If I'm going to play them, it's like it's a plus, it's a big value, like big that plus value. 190 on the Mets, like I was just talking about.
Yeah, that's the only time I take full games. If I take a full game, I'm doing the run line and I'm doing it for like the big value. Other than that, I'm off a full game unless I parlay it with like some NBA or something. I'll take a favorite just to get the juice down. But yeah, if I'm betting the game, it's straight value. Like I want the minus 1.5 plus the 190 plus 180, 175. Like that's the only way I'm playing a full game. Like I said earlier. Go ahead.
I know there's a lot of different people in here with a lot of different books. Does anybody have series run lines?
Chad, also, I don't.
That would be intriguing as fuck for me to play baseball.
Does anybody bet series in here? I've actually never bet a series.
Oh, I have. Series run lines.
Series run lines. So like all 3 games, they'll give you a run line for the fucking 3 games instead of individual game run lines.
I haven't heard that. That's cool.
That shit would be interesting to me.
Huh. Never thought about that.
I never bet series though, but I do. So I don't know if this is right, Cat. Like I said, I'm not the most expert on baseball, but what I do when I'm watching the series, if like the first team loses, I tend to take the team that lost game 1 on game 2. Obviously, depending on the pitcher, but that's like a one thing I do look at when I'm capping baseball.
Okay,
it's kind of hard to sweep it. I know I use that for NBA. It's hard to sweep a team for the season. I know it's different in baseball because they play obviously a lot more series, so there's a lot more chances to sweep.
No, it's hard to sweep a team in baseball too, man. Very hard to get a 3.
So that's something I look at too. Like when the team wins the first 2 games, if it's a 3-game series, or the first 3 if it's a 4-game series, I tend to take that other team because, like you said, it's just fucking hard to sweep.
If you're capping a team, so what I'll say this about that series is like it's even in college, like we fucking know, man, it's a weekend competition, like, and we look at it like that as a team, right? It's a best of 3. It's not a best of 1. It's a best of 3. Okay. And, like if you like a team that you're capping, like you like how it matches up and it's game 2 and they lost the first game. I like that even more than if it was sorry, I'm watching the game also. I like that even more than if it was the first game or the 3rd game, right? Now, if it's a 3rd game and they're going for a series win, that's different. But like if it's a 3rd game that's irrelevant, I don't like either side of it. I don't like it because I don't want the team that's trying to sweep, and I don't like the team that just lost the series and they know it. But that second game, man, when you can find a team that's got their back against the wall and you like them, like I'm telling you, they're in the dugout. We're fucking talking about it. Like we got to win today, right? So on Sunday we have a chance to finish this. And I'm talking like in college, but still same concept applies. Like you want to win the series, right? I don't care who you're playing.
Good question, Peasy has that show has lit up. How do you guys feel about laying points and parlaying juice like minus 130 run lines?
I don't like taking a minus 1.5 minus 130. I don't want to give you points and I'm getting juiced. Like no, I'll pass. Normally with baseball, I feel like there's more there's more game. There's better options out there than taking that. That's my personal opinion.
I do want to say something that just struck me when we're talking about this. This is a live betting show. Guys, I don't want to put more action on a team that I've already got action on right now. I've got the Blue Jays on the run line. I don't have as much a shot to cover if somebody does this, but if you are looking at a bet right now and you can get them on a positive money line, I don't hate it. They're down 6-5, bottom of the seventh. So you only got 2 innings to get the tie or to get the lead.
I'll look up the live line real fast.
Yeah, let's hear what that is. Yeah. Hell, I mean, I might put something on it. I'm just not.
You don't like doubling down? I call that doubling down.
I don't, man. And it sucks because if I'm being honest, they probably won't win this game, but they have momentum, and I think they
the run line or the money line.
Winning for sure.
The run line or the money line.
Well, what's the juice on them?
The plus 1.5 is super fucking juiced. Minus 374.
Hell no, because they're covering that right now. That's terrible.
I'm an MA better, so that kind of juice ain't shit to me. But I won't take
money line plus 285
that. You can't run line or.
I'm not watching the game, but the number looks tempting.
They were down 6-2 at 6-5. The last 2 innings, they just got a strikeout. That number is going to keep dropping. The last 2 innings, they scored 2 runs and 1 run. The last inning, they should have tied the game. If there's anything to talk about the momentum being crushed, it's the fact that they didn't tie it last inning because they should have.
What do you think about 2 more runs being scored in this game, either side? They got the total 12.5 at minus 124.
If you think 2 runs are going to be scored in this game, you take the Blue Jays.
You take the Blue Jays, right? Yeah.
You got where I was going with that, right?
It makes sense. If you think there's going to be more runs, you might as well take the Blue Jays, right?
Yeah, because
or you're not going to equal the Blue Jays money line and take that. I don't know.
Yeah, because you won't get that bottom of the 9th if they don't score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
hey, let me ask you guys this. This is like a little bet I do from time to time when I'm live betting, particularly in basketball more than anything. So do you guys know it'll have win margin? So from time to time, just bullshitting around, like on a night like tonight, if we were watching basketball and I had something on the game, I'll wait till the 4th quarter and I'll be like, all right, I'll gauge it and see where I think, because it's always going to be plus 400, plus 500, plus 600. I mean, so for $20, you know what I'm saying? I'll actually do 2. So it'll be let's just say it's the Boston Bucks, right? It'll be Boston will win by I think they normally do something 4-7, and then you might have another one that's 8-10. So I'll take both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just something stupid, bro. $10 will win you 100. You know what I'm saying? Something, because I already have money on the game 9 times.
Add a little spice to it. You know what I mean?
Right. Just add a little. I don't hit them often, honestly. But
add a little pub rub to it, a little spice.
Yeah. Add a little pub rub to it. But I feel like I don't hit them often, but I hit them enough to where it evens itself out, or I feel like I'm up. At least I feel that way. I don't track my numbers enough to know.
Right.
Just wondering if anybody else fucks around with that. I don't know. Maybe it's. I think I'll be drunk and high when I do it most of the time.
Hey, it happens.
I don't do it, man, but I look at it sometimes, and I'm always I'm telling you, man, these live betting, there's so much value in it. I'm almost gonna start trying to. I've thought about toying around with an idea of trying to keep a fucking card maybe on a day when we're going on this show where it's live. Even if instead of releasing plays early, saying, hey, we're gonna go on. There's gonna be these 5 or 6 games going. I'm going to have 3 to 5 plays if I can, in these games live, because, we've talked about the value in them all the time. And it's there's part of the pressure on a capper, to put those pre-plays out because that's what everyone wants. They want to see your picks posted on Twitter and all this.
What up, Julian?
We're here to make money. And if you want to talk money, there's value in live plays. So
I got to get better. You're good at this, Cab, and I'm not, bro. I got to get better at posting my picks on Twitter.
I just don't give a shit, man. Like I care a lot about winning and losing, but people don't. Everyone's like, oh, I should have posted this and I played that, and like it's like no. If I fucking play it, I post it. The only way I don't post it,
Nikki.
37 got. We just hit the real quick. 37. That's the high mark on the 4th show. Let's fucking go, guys.
Let's get that shit up. Let's shoot that shit to 50.
Remember, we get the 42. We get the 42. Shoey. Let's go. Everybody hit that retweet. Make sure you hit that like button.
No, not a shoe. You got to do a triple
right, motherfucking now. Let's get this party started. We got the Derby talk coming soon in about 30 minutes or so when the guys get in here. Let's fucking go. Tomorrow, by the way, 10:15 Eastern, we'll be live here on Pup Sports Radio for the horse racing, and then following day for the Derby. So,
are you doing UFC this weekend?
Hell the fuck yeah.
Echo.
Shit. We have never not done a card in 2 years almost now?
Okay.
Well, we've never not done a card. So it's been about 2 years, yeah.
Hey, made me some money last week. I'm hooked. I'm in.
Let's go.
I'm in.
Hey,
I will be there. God damn it.
I was
sitting outside in my back patio, looking at the chat, watching the fights, fucking drinking and smoking, fucking making money. It was fucking great.
What were you saying, Big Show?
You guys were talking about the Blue Jays coming back to possibly win this, right?
Yes.
So the Blue Jays to win by one run is plus 500. Them to win by 2 runs is plus 1,200, and them to win by 3 or more is plus 1,125.
I have none of those fucking options.
If they win, one of them hit, guys. I'm just saying to break down baseball.
Holy shit!
If they win this game, one of them plus 500 or better wins. So it's
Somebody do a $5 ladder with that. Somebody in the chat nut up and do it.
A ladder man.
I would do it.
Ladder man is here already. He's right down there, Big Show. He ladders shit all the time. That's his fucking forte.
Damn, Big Show, you almost made me want to take the money line. That's the only action I got on it is the money line. The run line is at plus.
Let's go, Ashy Dog. Eric Romero.
Or I can take the Guardians minus 1.5 for 4 plus 400.
Right. Best cappuccino on YouTube. Hit that like button, Eric Romero.
Man, appreciate that. Man. Hey, can anybody post any what hockey plays do we have? Anybody got any hockey plays that I can jump on?
Yeah. In chat, we want to see some of you guys' action. I don't know if I missed it earlier. I'm looking back, but if you guys got action, throw it up in there. What do you guys got bet tonight?
We got the Predators game left tonight and the Stars and Flames game tonight left. Somebody got any?
What I like at 840, man.
Bro, I got the over 2 goals I gave it up before the period twice, 3 times. There's 2 goals scored in the first 3.5 minutes of that second period of Florida game. I need one more goal in 15 minutes and 22 seconds.
Oh, you good. That sounds golden.
It's a push or win at this scenario, but oof.
Ashley said do fire sales, $5 shoeys.
Oh, we're at 42 right now, so it looks like
we don't want a shoey, bro. At 50, you're doing a triple shoey. That's what you said.
I think we get to 50 tonight. We're early. We get there.
42, so I said I'd do a shoey on 42, so I ain't gonna.
Yeah, but I want the triple shoey. I've seen a shoey.
Listen. Look, we're doing the first one first. All right, already.
Are you dancing around it? Are you not going to do it? Are you not going to do it? Just tell me if you're not going to do it.
That's awesome.
Ron, I see you on Panthers over 6.5.
Everyone sees this, right? It's not just me.
He's
dancing around it. At 50, are you going to do a triple?
He's going to do the shoey. I'm not worried about it.
No, not
exactly, right?
The triple.
I ain't dancing around nothing. Big Show knows I shoey the shit out of fucking shoeys.
Yeah, he shoeys.
I'm not saying a shoey, man. I said a triple shoey. You said you would do a triple shoey if we got 50.
Yes, I said last night.
That means 3 beers in the shoe at the same time.
Shoey.
Fuck, Ron. They're not giving me the 6.5 option. They're only giving me 8.5.
There we go.
Oh my God, that is like the
yeah. You don't have to do that part.
You don't have to do this.
It's already
Ty Tuivasa. Yes, I do. Ty Tuivasa. I'm still coming for you. You're not the shoey king. This man right here is. I've done more shoeys than you ever fucking have in your entire life. In fact, you made a module that you don't have to use a shoe anymore. It's a freaking little fake rubber fucking ducky.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Oops, spilled a little bit.
It's all foamy too.
Nut Flush Allen, what's the deal?
Mikey!
Yeah.
Beer didn't spit. Yeah, Ashy Dog. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's it. I like that. Yeah. The spit makes me grow.
Yeah. The first time I seen this shoe, I almost threw up. I was like, holy shit, this shit is disgusting.
Bro, he wears those shoes too. Look at the bottom.
I know. Like when you're gonna get a needle, you just don't look at it. You know what's going on, you just don't look at it.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know how he does it. Corona. Fuck Corona. This guy's drinking shoes.
We need pollen. Let's go.
Let's go. I could never do a shoe.
At 50, he's going to do a triple shoe. That means 3 beers in the shoe.
I don't give a fuck. I could never.
They're not that bad.
I
don't know. They're not that bad, Marley. They're really not.
I cannot do it. I can't do a shoe.
A brand new shoe that wasn't even on the rack to try on. I'll do it.
First of all, no. Maybe on the rack. Maybe.
No.
Any one of my shoes, no, because my feet's been in them.
I'm not drinking out of my feet, bro.
You think my feet do not smell like roses? I can tell you that much.
I'm not a feet person.
Neither am I. Anybody that wants pictures of girls' feet, you're a fucking weirdo.
What a cool name. A Voodoo Ranger Fruity Haze IPA.
Whose name is that? I missed
the drink that he's drinking.
Oh,
like, yeah.
Shit. I'm drinking a Voodoo Ranger. Is that also have herb in it?
Base hit, Blue Jays, 2 outs though. But that's what we need is a base hit here because now we got the 9-1-2 in the next inning. If this 8 guy
Steven.
He could get a hit.
Man, I cannot get the fucking total. Ron said he had the total at 6.5. They're only showing me 8.5.
For what?
New name right there. Sideshow.
Florida Capitals game.
What up, Sideshow? Welcome to the fam. Tuesday, Thursday nights, 8:30, 8 p.m. depending on what on that night. So, but 8:30 usually. Mateo, new name right there. What's the fuck?
Sideshow? This is new names. Hey, Mateo, Sideshow. Do us a favor, guys. If you got Twitters, drop them in there. Go follow us so we can follow you guys back, man. This is a family, and we love having new people out here. And the way to do that, we like to connect on there. So we're always doing stuff
and cash some fucking tickets.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Black Wind Disney was up.
I hope we're doing this shit during football season. We're gonna fucking kill it,
bro. Somebody else said that like this is irrelevant to what season it is. We're doing it, bro. We're doing it no matter what. And I'm sure Big Show and other people around me have already realized now that they gave me the green light, bro. I'll fucking go live for a mouse race. Like I don't give a shit.
I told Nikki today, Nikki was like, "Are you gonna do the show? Jimmy's coming on." I'm like, "Bro, I don't care if Jimmy, as much as we love Jimmy.
Jimmy, he literally was saying, no, I'm just kidding.
I don't give a shit if Jimmy's here or not, bro. I fuck with you guys, and we're doing this.
I'll let you know we're doing Derby also.
Me, bro. I'm here, Derby. Bro.
Yeah, Marley. I was letting you know the whole show.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, though.
If I turned down the show, it's literally because I'm not home. Like, that's the
bro. Nick, you wanted me to do mushrooms and go live. Like, I'm not about to sit here and eat mushrooms, but when I'm at the family reunion with Marley, he said we can eat them together and we'll go.
We should go live and do a show,
bro. Big Show. Don't you think that he should eat some shrooms right now? Come on. Yeah,
no, awesome. We're gonna be fucked up at the reunion. We're gonna introduce you to the family, and then we're gonna go with the. So this is how Black family reunions work. There's gonna be it's really 2 family reunions. You got the older people. Well, it's really 3. You got the older people. Then you're gonna have like our group, and then you're gonna have the kids, right?
Okay.
Introduce you to everybody, depending on what time you show up, depending on what the fuck is going on. But we're gonna be with our group, right? And our group is gonna be. Last year, all we did was fucking sit outside the hotel, play dominoes, get high, drink. We hit a couple bars that was in the area because we don't know.
Any CeeLo going on?
And shit, that was it, bro. That's the family reunion, bro.
We got some dice.
We're gonna sit there on mushrooms and watch our bets cast. We're gonna make our.
We
bets
shoot dice. No, we can't shoot dice, bro. I mean, dominoes is bad enough, bro. We get shit. Dice start real
get too feisty.
Yeah, dice will start real.
Grease for money if you want. I'll shoot $1.
Dice starts fights.
Spades and dominoes start arguments. Dice can start some fights.
Yeah,
Big Show.
I feel
the reunion is going to JPZ. The reunion is going to be in Denton, which is like Dallas. But I'm in Houston, JPZ. If you in the H, man.
Jimmy, I bet that already. First period. That's a good. Thank you for reminding me. First period, Avs -0.5, -110.
What's up, Kev?
I was just reading this was not what I was going to say, but thank you, Steven. What a fucking awesome compliment. Pub Sports Radio.
Okie, shit, Okie. Can we never again? Does it have to be tonight, Okie? Hey, Nutflesh Allen, can you put Nutflesh Allen's post up
Nikki.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, that's whose plays you want to see.
Big guy.
What I was saying is everyone was talking about basketball this, basketball that, 3-point shootout when we were at the get together in San Antonio.
Oh, we're gonna hoop. Bring your ass to the family reunion,
bro. You better bring a. You better bring.
I got hoopers in my family. We're gonna hoop. Yeah, Big Show, can we make Nutflush Allen's post happen that we got to do a low bagger show? It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. I understand people like to be with their family for that time frame, but we have to do a low bag reunion or meet and greet, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and it has to be in Vegas. And y'all remember, I stayed in Vegas for 2 years. I was a promoter. I'm connected to all the clubs. I get us on the guest list. We're fucking free. You know what I'm saying? I can get us some.
I've never been to Vegas, so anybody who wants to come me with their points, like, shout out. Like, we'll meet up. You can give you. No, I'm just kidding,
bro. I'm connected in Vegas. I stayed there for 2 years. I've only been home for 2 years, so like, and the whole 2 years I was there, I was promoting. So like, I know how the whole shit works. You know what I'm saying? And I still got people that promote. So like, we go to Vegas, but we go to Vegas as low baggers. We're good. I promise you. We're going to get sections for cheap. JPZ, don't play with me, Dreas. I was all in that hole. Night swim on Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? Saturday nights show. I'm free for Dreas. I got videos I can post that y'all going to be like, what the fuck? Like, I was literally in the club Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday pool party, Friday night club, Saturday pool party, Saturday night club.
Those pool parties are off the chain, right? I heard those pool parties.
I'm gonna have to send y'all some videos of some shit like how it used to go down, dog. Like, I had to lose to. If I would have stayed, my marriage would have been in trouble. I had to get the fuck up out there. Like, my job was literally to go talk to groups of girls and get them to the club. I was fishing with dynamite, bro. It's like they think I got all these fucking. Because I'll be like, so I like a typical work shift technically. Would be like I go up to a group of girls and be like, "Hey, what are y'all doing tonight? I got a section at Dre's tonight. Y'all want to get in? We're gonna be free. All y'all gotta do is meet me here at 10 o'clock."
Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about. When we were in Vegas, we were in Vegas exactly 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today, for our first trip, and I was walking up and down, this trip and whatnot. I was going to meet Big Show, I think, and everybody. And a group of these two girls walked up with pasties on and the feathers and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, we'll take a picture of us. I'm like, yeah, why not?
After I took the pictures,
they're like $40 cash app. I'm like, what? Yeah. You didn't tell me that shit before.
Can't fall for that shit.
Nah, and I fell for it.
Don't take pictures with none of the motherfucking people on Vegas. The cartoon characters, none of that shit. Like, one thing, that's what I tell everybody about Vegas, what I learned in my time there. And Cap, you can probably
what the fuck does cartoon characters have to look? I'm also looking for live stuff too. So
there's going to be you might walk the street, there might be a fucking dude dressed up in a Batman costume or Paw Patrol and what did you say? Your kids are going to see that shit.
You're telling me to take my mushrooms to
Vegas. I was over at Bally's with the
in the middle. Yeah, you're across the street from Caesars and you're across from Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, that big wheel.
I gotta get
this wheel thing.
Yeah. Bally's is cool, man. That's like one of the better, not famous hotels. That's right in the middle of the strip. You're like central to fucking everything. Like that's like the perfect fucking place to stay.
And real quick, shout out to G. He got me and Razor a room there for $75 each for 4 days.
Bro, I'm there. If somebody gets me a room for that price, I'm fucking there tomorrow.
Already is fucking dope. Already is fucking dope.
Okay, so Nutflush. I think we're planning one for this summer, at the end of the summer at some point, right? I got a question. After we hit the sports book for the morning and we get the plays capped and we get our action in. If I eat some mushrooms, you don't have to hold my hand. Like I'm not like a drunk blonde, but will you just make sure I make it home? So, bro, I'm the type of person who will follow one of those Paw Patrols down the street. Like,
no, don't do that.
What K Reed just said is true. I almost got stabbed in the first 5 minutes of being
What part of the H you from, fam? South side, north side.
What do you do, K Reed?
I got almost stabbed my first 20 minutes in Vegas, by the way. I'm walking into Bally's, right? But I didn't walk up at the right spot. I was walking into the casino part, and I knew I wasn't at the concierge area. So I asked this kid to my right that was sitting in like It's not in the casino. It's like right when you walk in the doors, there's like a little area, whatever you want to call it. And then you walk into the casino, and I look over. Wow, I'm looking at kitchen knives right now. This is so weird. The guy has a kitchen knife, right? I don't realize it at the time, and I got out of my mouth like, "Do you know?" I was gonna say, "Do you know where to check in?" And he just gets up me, knife in his hand, starts running at me. "Don't talk to me, white boy!" I fucking get out of the fucking door, fucking put my fucking foot right at the door, and he's trying to open it and whatnot. Connor and Brady, DFS by the numbers, are fucking yelling at me, "Get in the car!" And I'm like waiting for the right time to let the door open so I can run. I just fucking look at him and I go, I kind of like pointed, and he looked over his shoulder, and I just dipped right to the fucking car, got in the front seat, and Connor just pulled the fuck off.
No shit, crazy.
On the real, on everything I love. Oh shit! Oh, real quick.
Hey, yes, some weirdos
Mikey
out
P up in the house.
What's up,
hey,
guys?
Mikey, what up, man?
What's going on?
And that was the first time I met Nick. That was the
Yeah,
first
right.
That was
introduction.
the first time you met him?
Somebody else, too.
He was like, "I almost got stabbed." I was like, "Oh, cool, man. Nice to meet you."
Let's
Hey,
go.
Nick, we're at 45
Quick
minutes.
update, real quick, guys.
Bro, when somebody
Yes,
says
we
I
are.
almost got stabbed, like, how does that even work? Like, that makes me think, like, because people pull out knives, right? Like, I'm not trying, like, but like,
He didn't
almost
pull it out.
stabbed
It was in
makes
his
me
fucking
think,
hand the whole time. I just didn't see
you
it.
didn't get me, bro. Like, not today. Like, did you dodge a knife, bro, or like?
And what's crazy is they didn't arrest him. I saw him.
Jimmy B.
What up, Jimmy? I saw
Jimmy
him walking
stabs
down the
people
strip.
with, chopsticks.
4 hours later, when me and Preston and Connor and Brady were trying to get food at the end of the night, we walked to the right of Bally's, which don't ever do. And we walked about 3 miles down and got to a Subway. And as we're, he walked right by me, didn't even recognize me. I'm like, what the fuck? How's this guy not get arrested? He got tackled by the entire Bally's team. It's crazy. Vegas.
Yeah, you
Mike,
never know
they
what
live
you
in
will
the
see
house.
on Vegas, man. Vegas, my 2 years
Hey,
out there.
Nick, you want to bring on our next guest?
Where's he at? Hold up. Oh, shit. I didn't go down lower. All right. You guys might know him as motherfucking Jimmy the Bag.
Oh shit!
What up, fellas?
What's
up, man?
up?
What's up, Jimmy?
Good to see all of you guys. Love your show. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucking legend.
What are you drinking?
Drinking ye old Kraken.
Oh, the old
man.
Kraken.
I heard that shit tastes like gasoline, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
it's
worse.
poisoning my
That's
insides.
Worse. Look,
Worse.
I'm
remember
not
before going
told
to
this story, so if anyone's heard it, I'm sorry, but it was the first night we that I've been hanging with Jimmy, and we're going to that Houston game, right? And
Yes.
that Villanova game, right?
Yep.
And it was so nostalgic, Jimmy, because you were like, here, like you handed me that coffee cup, and I didn't ask for it either. You just handed it to me, and I was like, bro, what? This makes me feel like I'm going in the game with my boys again, like, and I haven't in a while. Anyways, I put that thing to my mouth, and I take a big old pull of it. I'm like, oh, bro, that shit.
It's spicy. It's strong, and we didn't think we were gonna have alcohol there because they don't sell alcohol for the college basketball games. Little did
There
we
was
know
no
once we
Coke
got
in that.
there.
That was just Kraken, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it was warm.
Oh,
It was
well-
warm Kraken too. That was the problem.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Warm,
there was no
warm
soda.
Kraken.
It was
Yeah.
all
Kraken,
Kraken.
man. I don't think I'll ever. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well-
I'd like to change. It's just that now I drink like something that's like, I don't know, 35%, 40%. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Look at
What
that.
kind of, what
Where's
kind
the
of
fucking
child drink?
gasoline?
What
Bitch
kind of
shit.
child drink is this?
That's
So
like
it's kinda
switching
messing
versus
me up.
abs with me now. I get it.
It's messed me up. Great to see all these great cappers in the chat as well. AJ, Nutflush, Mike M, Stephen Dollery, Ashy Dog, Chief, Ronnie Lofton, Okie, C-Mac, Mike Whalen. Man, it's we've off this shows or the night's gone off to a nice start here.
Yes, it has.
Absolutely.
Looks like we're gonna be making money this evening, but it's all about horses, and I can't
Derby
wait to
time.
talk about this Derby. We might. I know that we got a couple other thoroughbred cappers coming on here
I
shortly,
can't
so
wait
we
to
don't need
listen.
to.
I'm gonna be all ears.
We don't need to rush into it right
I'm
now.
all ears because I'm all listening.
You want to wait
Are
for
you guys-
Spenny?
I think yeah. Well, let's see when Spenny's coming on, and C-Max said he's coming on, so we could take a couple of minutes here. I only planned on making one bet in NHL today, and that was Panthers first period minus a half of plus 120. That
Cash
catch,
it.
but now I'm sitting on this under 6 in the Rangers game. So my best case scenario right now is just a really tight third period, and either an empty net goal from the Rangers or I'm in big trouble there. But baseball, I think we capped I don't want to get carried away, but the Tigers-Astros game, Dabby, I think we capped that beautifully.
Thank you. Yeah. I think so. Hopefully. Let's see,
Quick
man.
update
I'm
on
frustrated.
that Astros games. It's 0-1. Bottom of
1-0. Astros.
1 on first. Because I took that under 4 game live.
Yeah, I got the under.
Beautiful.
So we capped that Angels game great too. I'm so fucking frustrated. I went with that half a run negative or minus half a run, and then they won 8-0, but I had the first 5, but it is what it is. And
it happens.
I don't know if anybody was watching it, man. Ohtani hits a ball that off the bat, you got to think it's gone, but it's to the deepest part of the park, like 402. And the Angels, they got a guy on first, and this motherfucker acts like he's going to tag up. Anybody who knows baseball, you do not tag up on first base. He should have, and it was 401 feet to the fence, right? Like, you need to be standing on second base, looking at him, and if he catches it, you go back to first, and if he doesn't, you score. And this douchebag is acting like he's going to tag up from first. So instead of scoring, he gets to third, and that's the difference in, a 0-0 game versus a 1-0 game. But it is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need one more goal real quick in the second period of this Panther game. I took the over 2, which is a push right now, but I have 7 minutes. Oof. We'll see.
Nice. Well, I on a wing and a prayer, I see Spenny Penny Bombs backstage.
I do see him myself.
Yeah.
Spenny Bombs! How are you, my man?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy?
How we doing?
Good, man.
Good, man. With so much work to do, I'm through the first 10 races on Friday, so I still have a ton of work to do. I'd like to have the whole Oaks card and the whole Derby card done by the time I go to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Wake up, add a couple tracks to Friday, then do the same, Saturday or whatever. That's my plan. How far are you, Mikey and Spenny? How far are you guys through Friday's card?
I've gone through Friday's card mostly. I still need to go through Saturday a little bit more through the back end, but gone through Friday for the most part.
Yeah, I'm through Friday, and I don't know. I feel like it could be a different card here based on the weather. So
yeah,
I'm
we'll see.
Trying to make my
too many
super strong yet, but
I need to slow it down. But I got a question: do you pre-play it like you do in sports, or you wait until right before it starts?
Well, you bet it. Within 15 or 20 minutes before it starts. I mean, best case scenario, you see the post parade. I mean, you'd like to see the post parade.
Okay, because it changes right up until the race, right?
Well, it's not the odds that you're concerned about, really. It's your horse. You want your horse not to be sweating. You don't want your horse to break away from its its partner. You want your horse to look comfortable. When it gets into the gate, you want your horse to be relaxed. If your horse breaks through the gate, I'm still at this point in my career, and I mean, I can remember back. I mean, obviously, like 5 to 10, I can't remember much, but from 10 on, I've never seen, and I know other people have, but I've never seen a horse break through the gate
and win,
come back and load up and win.
Couple times.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard you guys say that recently that you guys have. I haven't. There's Guillermo Zertucci in the house. Great to see you, G. So can we let's just touch on a couple of the big races here in tomorrow, just because I've been working on them for the last like 48 hours, spending a little bit too much time. Let's just talk about some of the big ones here tomorrow. I guess we could start with and we'll move on to the Derby, no doubt. But let's start. If Mikey and Spenny, if you could take a look at the race 5, it's a mile and 8 on the turf. It's the Grade 3 Modesty, a mile and an 8 on the turf. And pull this up here. I've got this thing for the 4. She Can't Sing, whom is, I believe, is that a double digit right now? Let me just get there.
8 to 1. 8 to 1.
I think that she's sitting on a big race, and I am enamored, and I'm going to keep. I mean, look, I love Fluffy Socks. I think Fluffy Socks.
Yeah.
I think she's a very, very, very tough tough horse. Hendy Woods is very tough. And, of course, Bleecker Street, the favorite. Spenny, what are you doing for race 5 tomorrow, the first graded stakes race of the day?
Yeah, Bleecker Street's tough. I'm not sure if I do a ticket, I don't think I could leave off. Fluffy Socks, I definitely like that horse, especially knowing that you're going to get Irad as well. You know, Irad, Chad Brown, it's a great combo. Fluffy Socks is running some big ones the last couple times out. I was really looking at actually his brother, though, with the Cassie, with Hendy Woods. I actually do like Hendy Woods quite a bit.
What race did you guys say this in? I'm taking notes because I don't know shit about horses, but I'm telling you guys.
This is
tomorrow.
Race 5.
I got race 5, Fluffy Socks. What was the last one? Hendy
Woods.
Hendy Woods. Okay.
Hendy Woods. I'm on a longer shot, the 4, and then there's the 8. Bleecker Street's the favorite. Spenny, I've not heard you mention the 4. She Can't Sing.
Yeah,
interesting.
The 4. The 4's going to sit a nice trip, I think, definitely. But I think that the 4 is either because I think there's just a bit more speed up front. So the 3 and the 7 are probably going to get out, right? So the 3 and the 7, the 4 is going to try and sit in that pocket. But there's a couple other horses that have better closing speed than the 4. So just not sure where the 4 is going to play into this race. It's a tough one.
Mikey P, what are you looking at for race 5 over at the...
Yeah, I thought Bleecker Street was my number 1 horse here. Getting Pratt. Wrong. It's 5 for 5, I think.
Yeah.
I do like Curly Ruth as well. It beat Fluffy Socks last time out, and get Saez again. And the guy's just been, if he can get to the lead, man, he doesn't give up.
Yeah,
I know the speed figures don't look too great on that horse, but those would be my top 2. And maybe Fluffy Socks is 3. I didn't have too much on She Can't Sing.
All down. What race was this, Jimmy?
This is the 5th race tomorrow.
Gotcha. But again, it's like if this and DG says, you know, that it hardly takes the stakes race off the turf, so we'll see what happens. But
yeah,
I don't know. It could all change, you know. It's like I don't want to put too much stock into
for sure
everything.
Okay, well let's move on to the first grade 1 race of the day, the 6th race there. So I'm leaving out the favorite.
Goal! Sorry.
No worries. You got one? Beautiful.
Cash it.
Beautiful.
Panthers up 4-1.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I'm leaving out She Dares the Devil.
Oof.
I think that this is the kind of 5-year-old horse that we're going to get through the Friday races in 5 minutes, not long. But I'm going to leave out a few 5-year-olds in tomorrow. Huge favorite 5-year-olds, and She Dares the Devil is the first one that I'm leaving out. I watched a bunch of the last few races for a lot of these horses. I think Pauline's Pearl I think she's a fucking monster, and she's going to win this race comfortably.
We've been going over the last while, and that's why we've been talking about Ass Munchin a lot the last little bit, and his record the last 75 races now. He's 0 for 75 in Kentucky this last 75 races.
Yeah, it's concerning. Very concerning.
We're all having concerns about like Jackie's Warrior and others too, and Echo Zulu.
Sure. Look, and Brad Cox trains She Dares the Devil. Did you see Pauline's Pearl's race in the Missouri?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Pauline's Pearl is a great horse too, for sure. And Joelle's definitely.
She got squeezed. She was way back. They say that she was 4 lengths back, but it was worse than that. She was by far the best horse in that race, and I think Pauline's Pearl is going to win this comfortably.
I think the horse that the Atras horse that Irad's riding is going to sit in a nice spot. This Battle Bling.
That's my top horse.
Is Battle Bling?
I like the horse a lot. I think it's going to sit in the perfect spot.
It's going to sit there, and Irad's going to make his own space here.
The 2 and the 3 are going to go out. The 3 could, if it wants it, take the lead, and that 4 is going to sit in a nice spot. He's got great closing speed, or she's got great closing speed. So, yeah, I think Irad's going to sit nice with this 4 horse.
I'm using Jilted Bride and Temper Time and Battle Bling, and I'm using them all keyed to Pauline's Pearl.
My other one would be as a price actually would be the horse that Mike Smith is riding. She's All Wolf.
I've watched She's All Wolf's last 2 races. I watched them a couple times today. She went off at 37-1 and 49-1 in those 2 races. Mm-hmm. The Azuri, she was in the absolute. Oh, sorry, no, it was the Byakoa. The Byakoa, she was in the absolute perfect spot along the rail the whole time. Jilted Bride ran a much better race and a much tougher race.
Yeah.
Jilted. So she had the perfect dream trip, and Jilted Bride must have run 15 extra lengths by going 5 and 6 wide. So I think Jilted Bride's much stronger and G says, I'm with you with the Cox filly. And that is, sorry. Oh, that's on the race before. Sorry, that's the one I just talked about. So he's with me with, oh no, that's Chris Block. Fuck, sorry.
I got thrown over with the Cox thing.
Thank you for adding that, Nick. We needed it. We needed some levity. Okay, are the big. Oh yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry, my question was off topic. I didn't realize I was muted, and when there was a second of silence, I asked if I could ask you a question off topic.
Oh yeah, hit us.
So, and I really like it. So I bet to win 1 unit on everything, and I kind of learned that from you. I don't know exactly how you bet, but from listening to your show, like in the past, before we'd ever even talked, that's kind of what I learned, and I liked it. But how do you feel about sometimes like having like a bigger bet, or do you think it's like safe to just not do it? Because for me, I'm the type of person that if I do it once, I'm going to do it twice, and I'm going to do it a third time. So
I think it's a big mistake that what I've been doing, in all honesty, and that when I needed to succeed in gambling, to pay rent and put food on the table, when I saw a moment that I thought had to be taken advantage of, I would fire at it.
Okay.
So I up to 5 units and I stopped doing that because there's other income coming in, and gambling's not going to keep me alive or keep food on the table or keep so I think that it's almost laziness. I think it's a laziness that I don't attack some spots that need to be attacked, and we know them. There's 5 to 10 a year. There might be 1 a month that should be that you're like, this is when I've got to attack, and so I think it's lazy that I don't do it.
I'm so hesitant to do that, man. There's been plenty of times where I feel like I should put the house on it, and I know that it's going to cash. And sometimes I just get so, I guess you can call it scared. I don't know. Maybe I'm cautious.
I really fucking like this Padres over, like a lot. And I'm thinking about putting another unit on it or so. But look, I don't like losing $200, and I don't like losing $1. Like I hate fucking losing money. Like it doesn't matter what it is. I don't like losing it.
4-2 Ranger. Let's go.
Very stingy.
Yeah.
And I don't usually do 2 units, and it's not a chase type thing, even though I'm hoping to go 1 and 2 with this next play coming through. It's not a chase type thing as it is. Like I really like the over in the first 5 in this game.
You convinced me. I might jump on it. Hey, quick question for the horses. I heard you guys talking about the jockeys. How important is that? Because I don't bet horses, so I kind of just listen to you guys, and
it's very important.
Whoever on the show.
Super important.
From somebody that doesn't know nothing, I would only think about the horse, not the jockey. So
it's so important. Like depending on the angle, like here we have Woodbine here just up the road. We also have Fort Erie, like an hour away from us, hour 50 minutes away. There are times when the best jockey from Woodbine goes down to Fort Erie and runs. And now his horses are going to be the favorite in each race. But if you only bet the star jockey coming down from Woodbine down to 40 or 8, that was the only thing you bet every single time that it happened, you would laugh. You'd be laughing your way to the fucking bank. I've often thought, like, the smaller tracks have elite jockeys. Now, when we talk about, Derby Day, you have, 15 elite jockeys down there. So it's a little different. And now, some of them are better than others. Some of them are turf specialists and whatever. But it's hugely important. How would you answer that question, Spenny?
The jockeys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like incredible, and especially like because each trainer has relationships with these jockeys too, right? And so like there's certain jockeys that they're gonna get first call for certain horses, right? And so this these relationships and the aggressiveness and the style, it's all different. There's certain jockeys that are good for younger horses that need to get quick out of the gate. There's jockeys that are better at sitting back off the pace and coming late. It's just, it's all what fits well for.
What the hell? Like, what do the jockeys do? Like, what separates a good jockey from like a bad jockey? Because I feel like I said, I'm not a guy that bets horses. I'm just learning everything from you guys, pretty much. Because from somebody from the outside looking in, I'm like, what the fuck does a jockey do? He just rides the horse. So, like, what separates a good jockey from a bad jockey?
Well, after watching these jockeys for years and years and years, you see that certain jockeys excel in certain situations, whether that be on the speed horse or a horse that comes from the clouds. If you have a horse that comes from the clouds, you want Joel Rosario on that horse. There's certain
like dirt and turf, right? Stuff like that. Guys that are better on.
Yeah, you have the turf. Certain turf jockeys, are the best in the world, and that you can trust. You have young up and coming jockeys that are. You have jockeys that would cut your throat to win a race, that are the meanest, dirtiest jockeys, like an Irad,
Paco Lopez.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you want a jockey that would slit his own friend's throat to win a race?
Brother's throat.
Yeah,
Him and Jose sort of have deals, I think, but
yeah, they do.
That was my next question. Was, I mean, when you have the Irad twins in a race, like, it's like I seem to always lose and pick the wrong Irad. I mean, Ortiz, excuse me.
Yeah, it's tough.
Is Razor talking about getting into horse betting?
He isn't horse betting.
Oh, what do you mean? Razor's a
No. Like with Marley, he said, "Watch out, you're getting into a tornado."
Yeah, he's talking about the horse.
The thing is,
told Razor, send me the link that you sent me last time on my Twitter. So I'm gonna sign up. I want to make some bets tomorrow.
Well, once you get in, it's like a street game.
Yeah,
it gets deeper.
So
and
Jimmy,
deeper and deeper.
quick story.
And they definitely jump you in, right?
Look, quick story. I was staying in Vegas. I lived in Vegas for 2 years. 2 years ago, I made my first horse bet watching your show on the horse that fucking got disqualified for winning the fucking Derby.
Maximum. That was
Maximum Security.
Yeah, secure man.
That was my first bet. And when he hit, I was like, "Oh shit, I won! I'm in the casino. I'm at fucking Luxor. Oh my god, I won my first fucking horse bet." Like 2 seconds later, it's like, "Hold on, it's fucking disqualified for some shit I didn't."
That's the thing about horse racing too. You can win, and then they'll just snatch it away just like that on you.
Yeah, it's the Rosie Perez monologue.
I love me Rosie back in the day. Come on now.
Oh man, I still like her. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I know we need to get to this Derby, and you guys keep firing out questions anytime you want. And I hope that to all the cappers watching the show that you guys find this interesting, because I need this help.
I definitely I don't know shit, so I'm just listening.
Race 7's the Ali Sheba, and look, these are spectacular horses in the Grade 2, mile and 16th on the dirt. So I am fading both 5-year-olds starting out their season. I love Max Player. I love him. I'm leaving him out of my action, and I love him. And look, I love Happy Saver, not as much as Max Player, and I'm leaving him out of my action. I never now look when we have a ass munching. I'm not that nervous about him starting out, but Pletcher can have his horse ready. We know it. We know that Pletcher can have Happy Saver ready. I'm very nervous about leaving out Happy Saver, but that's my plan. I'm going to try to beat the 5-year-old starting out their campaign. So I'm on Weyburn and Olympiad and Folsom in this race, and it's really tough. Mikey, how are you handling the race 7, the grade 2 Ali Sheba?
Yeah, as G says, if you leave out Pletcher, you leave on the stretcher. So Happy Saver's in there for me. But my number 1 pick here is Olympiad. My only kind of concern here is Junior against everybody else. But this horse has done nothing wrong. He's been on fire. He's been lighting up. Won a grade 2, grade 3. I'm cool with it. I'm going to take Olympiad.
Happy Saver makes me nervous. I'm comfortable leaving out Max Player, but I'm nervous about this. Spenny, what are you doing?
At the moment, I haven't really. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to single Olympiad because this horse is an absolute monster.
Yeah, it is.
The last few races I've seen this horse run, it impressed the shit out of me. I don't know if any horse in this race is going to beat it. Obviously, Happy Saver is a solid horse as well, and Max Player. I don't think Weyburn's good enough to beat anyone in this race. The only other one I think that would scare me would be Folsom as well, just because Brad Cox.
But if you look at a horse like Max Player, for instance, as a 3-year-old, was okay. As a 4-year-old, started winning some huge fucking races, because 4-year-olds we expect to improve, whereas 5-year-olds we're not sure if it's the denouement time.
Is that quick of a turn?
Start getting that limp dick at 5.
Age difference,
Oh yeah. And Weyburn's first race as a 4-year-old. Look, I expect a bounce as much as anybody. That speed figure was just ludicrous, so fast. But he's a 4-year-old, not a 5-year-old. And why can't Weyburn be the type of good 3-year-old who becomes a spectacular 4-year-old?
I just think Olympiad's just that much better than Weyburn.
There's no doubt Olympiad's the best horse in this race. I don't doubt that.
You don't think the distance is a problem for Weyburn?
Right back.
It shouldn't be.
That too.
I don't think that should. A mile and a quarter should be, but not a mile and 16th.
Yeah. Yeah, the last speed figure was insane.
Okay, I think I'm probably done then. One thing here. The grade 2 Edgewood on turf. It's really tough race, and it's a race where I could just sit there and go, okay, look, the favorites are the 3 favorites. We have the McCulloch, the 3, the 5 Dolce Zell, and the 8 Spicer. I mean, clearly the 3 of us horses. But what do you think Dreamlift is going to do on the turf? We've seen Medagliadoro horses, it's like a 50-50 split on dirt and turf. Dreamlift has such a high upside. Do either of you guys think that Dreamlift could get on the grass and show out here?
Just let me look a little bit deeper into background.
Yeah, let me know. His Thomason number is pretty good. I was looking at New Year's Eve.
The dam side, it's only had about 7 starters on the turf, but hitting at a almost 29% clip. And then obviously Megalodioro is pretty solid for this turf background. He's got 13, almost 14% with 5,000 or more runners. So
you got an okay work too on the turf.
Yeah, pretty decent. It's Diodoro, so I really wouldn't put it past Diodoro having this horse ready to go too. So
we're gonna double digits on Dreamlift.
It looks like he's bred to run well on the surface. So and that's definitely like a Kev Reed angle. First time trying a surface that it should enjoy. So
yeah, totally. I was thinking of Kev when I was looking at this horse. And if you look at that training run on the 26th of March at Oaklawn, the bullet of 94 horses, 47-2. Now that was on the dirt. An okay run on the turf, and then another very fast run here at Churchill. He's done turf and dirt at Churchill. So I'm gonna go for a score in that race.
Yeah.
Do we think that I don't know who else was I looking at this race? Obviously, the 3 is going to be tough. Obviously, I kind of like the other Chad Brown with Jose too, Spicer a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Did you have anything on New Year's Eve? I know Peg's gonna hate me because his blinker's on, but
it seems strange that they would put, that Walsh would put blinkers on.
Yeah, but you get it, like Kitten's Joy. But yeah, I just don't like that
blinkers and a new jockey.
The other one I like that's a price is the My Philly Twirl with Laperoux, the other Walsh horse. He's a solid looking horse. And
then quickly with the
I could probably spread in that race for sure. I could if I single Olympiad, I'd probably go like 2, 3, 5, I guess, because you can't really leave the other one out too, right? 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, maybe.
You know how you feel about Olympiad? I feel about Madureira.
That's what I was asking that too. I think Madureira is gonna be tough to beat too.
I think Madureira is a single.
Madureira looks tough.
We're talking about Marley's talking about jockeys. You got Flavian Pratt.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Now, I guess some people like Pratt more on the grass, but
no, he's been fine. Money. He's been money on at Churchill as well and Keelan. So,
I think Madureira is gonna. I'm gonna be singling Madureira, and I'm gonna be using Madureira on top with some. Speaking of Pink Eye Genie and some tries.
I think my only worry in that race would be them letting the 2 get loose. That would be my only concern.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of speed in this race
too.
Because Marissa's Lady ain't easy. I think, but
the 2 could get out though.
Okay, beautiful. That helps me out a lot. Makes me comfortable here. Okay. You know what? Actually, what about the turf sprint? This was the hardest race I thought there was to cap.
Race 10, right?
Yeah. So Marley, when there's certain spots where you can get the huge score in horse racing, and it's the turf sprint. The turf sprint, I always feel like gives you the best opportunities. And this is going to be a turf sprint where you have what, a 4-1 favorite, Spenny?
Yeah. Who's
I don't know who the favorite.
Right. Yeah. Rest me red. Yeah. There's nothing. Because there's a ton of speed in this race early. Like this could be pretty wild. This one. I actually really like the 2 horse.
I was sitting there hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah, Learjet. I think Learjet's going to sit in a perfect spot in this race.
What's his name? You said Learjet.
The Learjet, yeah.
In the 2, he's going to be double digits with Rispoli. Yeah. Now the thing is, though, Marley,
Rispoli hasn't won anything since coming over, though. That's my only concern. But I still like him on. Yeah. I still like him on turf, and I still think this is a good horse. I think this horse should sit in a good spot.
Jimmy, real quick, Razor wants to know what other tracks you're capping tomorrow.
For me tomorrow, I'm going to cap Belmont, Woodbine, and Santa Anita.
Roger
that. Jeffrey Bluegrass, see you. The thing is, Marley, there's rain, and is it raining now? It wasn't raining as of 2 or 3 hours ago, but this could possibly affect things. And some horses would prefer softer ground, some don't with the turf. Maybe it gets pulled off the turf. So if it's raining, you'll see us in live if we're worrying about it or not.
It's cloudy right now. I don't see any rain as of right.
What time does the horses start tomorrow?
10:15 a.m.
Shit, early. That's Eastern. 10:15.
Yeah, I'll be on in like the afternoon ish, but I'll be in the chat the whole time.
It'll be a 10-hour show on Friday and a 12-hour show on Saturday.
Shit, you're going 10 hours?
We
Both
always
days.
go 10 hours, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's why you're
We don't
legend.
fuck around, man.
Shit.
The Kraken is the fuel. Okay. I still haven't put enough time in to the Oaks. That's my next race that I've got to work on here. I mean, I know who I think I like.
Who else are we on though in this sprint though? Because this sprint could be fucking interesting as hell.
I'll tell you who I'm on, and I'd love to hear you guys. But I'm on the one Gregorian chant, the two Learjet. This was tough to break down. And the 8 Gear Jockey and the 10 Arrest Me Red. 1, 2, 8, 10.
The only ones I didn't like outside of that was the 12 Johnny Unleashed with Corrales.
So did I. What do you think? I really like the 12. Do you think that outside post will hurt it all? Like that was my last cut, by the way. Was the 5 or the 12.
He beat Gear Jockey last time out, and raced a big race here for grade 2.
He was 70-1, Mikey.
I know.
Up, Dad, Father. Hey guys, is the Kentucky Derby like? Look, I get that it's essentially the Super Bowl of horse racing, right? I guess if you want to equate it, but is it like from a betting standpoint? Like, I don't love the Super Bowl. I don't love any championship game. I might like a play in it, but I don't necessarily love it. But is the Kentucky Derby something that's like, oh, I'm really looking forward to betting this because it's a big deal, or because it's a place where you win a lot of money?
In my opinion, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh no, take it, Mike.
These bigger days, there's a lot of money in horse racing is based on the amount of money in the pool, and there's a lot more in the pool. So you might get a horse on this day that should be 4-1, but he's ignored, and you get him at 10-1, and you can get a lot of value on these bigger days, in my opinion.
No, that's completely it, Mikey. Nailed. It's the pools. The pools are enormous. But let's give a big shout out to Note Something. Take it away. Take it away.
Hell yeah.
The run was ended by the damn Guardians. The run started on the nightcap. Here's a beer to all the fellas on the show, and big show behind the motherfucking scenes. Cheers.
Cheers. And to another run, man. Now it's just time to start another one.
So much respect.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Noops at all?
Yeah, might be my favorite one. I've never seen that one before.
There's Guillermo saying Gregorian Chant's going to run huge tomorrow. I'm high on Gregorian Chant. He's for this 5.5 furlong sprint, he's got the perfect jockey in my estimation on him. And
what race is that, Jimmy?
This is what I was telling you, Marley. Any short turf sprint is going to be madness, mayhem. It's fucking mayhem. It's the shortest race. It's on the turf. They're running as fast as possible. It's fucking mayhem. It's when you get all the big scores, all the huge numbers. And there's no favorite. There's nobody. There's going to be a 4-1 lukewarm favorite. Like, it's a perfect race for a huge score. I bet you the exacta and the try pays the biggest of the day.
Okay. But I have 2 horses on that race. I have written down Learjet and Gregorian Champ, though. Do I need another one for like the tribe?
Well, yeah. I mean, but both those horses are going to be double digits. I mean, both those horses are going to be it's big score time.
Okay. Jimmy, this is pace stuff here. I'm still working on here. My only concern with Gregorian Chant, which obviously he can close, is there enough time for him to close, shortening down to 5.5?
Right.
That's a valid question, because in that grade 3 that he ran August 22nd, he was 2.5 lengths back and he was flying.
Yeah.
So
I need to watch more replays on him.
It's a totally legitimate question. Now we're talking about a California horse. G loves those California.
I mean, they've been running well here. They ran well today.
They have been.
I mean, I was totally fading this. Who is it? Tyler bays that I guess he had one maybe in the 9th or 10th.
Yeah,
I thought that horse was garbage, and he fucking blasted.
And a shout out to Donut Silks, man. I love hearing his insights and thoughts.
Yeah,
and stuff.
he's great. He's been good in the chat. I think my outside horse in this race, that could be a monster price, would be, if he stays in, would be the one that JV's riding, the 13.
I can't wait to talk more about JV in a second here, but yeah, you're right. You're right, and I guess he runs poorly at Del Mar. His first time over at Del Mar. I mean, he's not running Churchill Downs, but you put a line through that. If he hadn't run that race, he'd be a much lower number here.
Yeah.
He's an interesting look.
I like that horse a lot. It's got some really good points on it. I think the 2, the 9, and the 13 I like a lot. And then I'd maybe look at like Diamond Oops and Gear Jockey and maybe that 11.
Have you guys capped the Oaks?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, I mean, I've been following it for, a few months, obviously. But I haven't really broken down the race. It's next for me. And I would love to hear how you guys are attacking it. Which one do you guys want to go first?
Go ahead, Mike.
I've been a fan of Ekazulu since it's maiden. And I love this horse. This is where it's getting into his ass munching let down here.
Too.
Ekazulu came off a long layoff, and she still won. It's out of gun runner. It's a capable horse. Has had a good, workout, and came in and won it by a nose. Took everything I think Ekazulu had to win that race. Is it geared to go? I would hope so. But it's just the ass munching angle for me there. The other horse that I'm going to lean heavily on is Kathleen O. I think it's my second favorite horse in this race. It was very impressive last time out. And, if Echo Zulu gets pushed here by one of these other early pace horses and it's not game, I think maybe Kathleen O can pick up the pieces here.
Why do you not have interest in Secret Oath?
I do. I feel like if just coming up with some of the draft tickets, like if I'm going to put Secret Oath and I have to put Nest, and I was just going to try and maybe make a stand here in this race with those two.
I'm with Donut Silks. If I can get a 6-1 on Secret Oath, well, I'm gonna make a serious bet. Luis Contreras is never going to ride Secret Oath again. What a fucking lazy, horrible ride. I could not believe that ride.
Yeah.
On Secret Oath. It was so lazy. And now you get to watch the Oaks. Watch the Oaks. She probably showed more than Cyberknife in that race. The way she came back into it.
She was fighting along.
Hey, Jimmy, what do you mean by lazy rider?
Well, Secret Oath is a filly going against the boys in the Arkansas Derby.
And Philly's a girl horse, by the way.
And Secret Oath had to be put in a position to succeed, which is very, within 2 or 3 lengths from the pace. Secret Oath was 6 lengths back. At first call, she was in 9th place. I don't know who he thought he was riding. We're not talking about Rachel Alexandra here. I mean, who do you think you're fucking riding? Like, you're not riding this greatest horse of all time. Like, it was just the jockey thought the horse was, I guess, so strong that he didn't need to force his way to ensure that she was in a strong position to fire. I thought she ran the best race of everybody.
Okay.
I think that I'm going to bet if I could get 6-1 on Secret Oath, it's definitely a 3-figure win bet for me at this point. Much love, Dutch Boy Fresh. Gonna hit the felt tonight, I'm sure. Go get that cash. I'm with Donut Silks. I think Secret Oath is a monster in this race. Spenny, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it was tough. Like this is a tough one. Secret Oath is a monster. If she won that race, she was going potentially to be running in the Derby instead of the Oaks. So like this, she's and we're getting a big price on her for sure if she stays around that. But I feel like she'll take some more money. I really liked Echo as well, but this whole thing has got me wavering as well. Obviously, first back, he didn't think that she's going to run a monster race, but she still ran well enough to get it done and keep her record intact. I'm kind of like overly intrigued by this fucking Fletcher horse with Pratt. I just don't know what to think about it.
Yeah.
Cash the first 5 under.
Cash, yeah. First 5 under.
In the Astros
Shahama or whatever coming out of. I get it. It's coming out of Dubai and all this, but like I don't know. It seems like it's cutting back a little bit too. I don't know.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you. Needed that, man. 1 and 2 is not where I wanted to be right now, but I'll take the fucking win right now.
If there is some like crazy duel up front or something that goes on in this race where there's a lot of battling going up front, it's not like Nest is a bad horse either, and this horse is a monster closer, and so like I don't know. Yeah, this was a tough race, but I think what I'm gonna do is probably just do like a box in this one with Secret Oath, Echo Zulu, and then I'm gonna throw in that outside Pratt horse, and then I'll probably do a try with another horse that I think could hit the board as well, which is Venti Valentine.
What was the horse you said after? You said Echo Zulu?
Yeah.
Yeah, Echo's. Well, Nest is the favorite with Iraq.
I know Nest is the favorite, yeah. Because I feel like they think that there's going to be some shit that goes on up front, and Nest is just going to sit, and then Irad's going to come flying.
No, Caleb, if the dude on first base for the Astros wouldn't have tried tagging up on first base like a fucking douche nozzle, I'd be 2-1.
Douche nozzle.
He said if I took the Aggie hat off, I'd be 3-0 right now.
Hey.
Yeah, God, look at Nest's last 2 races. I mean, Jesus.
So Perez just hit 95. I've never seen him throw above 93. And I didn't think he could get over 92 until this year. I saw him hit 93. I'm shocked he just hit 95. We'll see. Maybe he's amped up right now or something. But
adrenaline rush.
Jesus. How about taking the Cardinals action at plus 120 and it goes down to minus as soon as the starting pitcher is announced? I mean, that's just implied probability 101.
Yeah, that's why when we were talking about it, I had to go ahead and add that one, man. For better or worse, it just seemed like the right thing to do with what was lining up. Man, it's funny, man. Last night it was like 1:30. I was sitting in bed and I was like, I couldn't sleep because I was like, do I want the fucking Angels run line full game or do I want the run line in the first 5? I was just going back and forth, and I finally settled on that first 5. Man, that's a gut kick, but we'll live till tomorrow. It is what it is.
I had first 5 -.5 and full game -1, so I lost a tiny bit of vig because I bet it before Trout was announced. So I can hear you. I hear you, man. Well, this is great and fascinating. So thank you for talking about Friday. Let's go to the Kentucky Derby. Everybody wants to talk about it. Let's do it. Let's go to the Kentucky Derby right now, and then I'll go fucking cap horses till fucking dawn.
Are we going straight to that, or do you want to do?
It's up to you. If there's a big, pull up that card. Is there? I mean, there's so many. I haven't done enough work on them. But is there a big, graded stakes race that you're staring at that you really want to talk about?
Let me see. There was a couple that I was looking at. The 9th race, the turf, the American turf.
Yeah.
The grade 2, that one was pretty decent. That was a pretty nice
Look
one.
at all these spectacular horses we're gonna watch.
Sharpie.
Yeah, there's gonna be some great races.
Nice.
And then
Sharpie in the house. Oh, Sharpie, you're a beast.
Yeah, with Jackie's Warrior too. Like, I just don't know. Like, is he gonna just?
I think that just clicked a plus 1985 for 9Ks. Let's go, Sharpie.
What a boy.
Did he peak already? And then was that it, or were you just gonna get a monster bounce back?
Fuck, I can't wait till
ran well in his repair in April. So
I thought the American turf race here was pretty hard.
Yeah, that turf.
Know if you're betting the under again this year.
In this race,
on the time of the Derby, I'd have to study that, Noli. But there's a ton of parity this year. There's no monster. There's no superstar in the group. And the favorite right now is going to have to do something that what hasn't been done since I'll Have Another come from the clouds. So give me some more time on that, Noli. I'll know for sure by Saturday. And we'll be live on Pub, all day Friday and Saturday. Spenny, who are you looking at? Who are you focusing on in the American turf?
I think for the most part, I don't know. This the 5 I like because I think if the 5 can set the pace, I think Franco's pretty good with a horse up front. I don't mind that horse at all, the 5, and we could get a decent price on it as well. But I definitely like who was it? For just kind of like a price play, the 3 horse Red Run.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure on the turf because Gunrunner, I'm not sure on the turf. But it closed down.
Hey, shout out again, Sharpie saying he gave that out on his show today, guys. Make sure you check out his show and all of the other amazing cappers. Hold on. Go. No. Get the fuck out, ball. Let's go. Machado just hit a home run. It's just one run. Nothing to be too excited about.
No, there you go.
Is that Padres that was following you with?
Hey,
and stolen base too a bit as well with Pratt. But yeah, that's good.
Because my ADHD ass. I'm sorry. Let me finish what I'm trying to say real quick. Sharpie, guys, if you're in the chat, check his show out, man. This is a family with a wealth of knowledge. If you're just looking for somebody to sell you picks, go somewhere else. But if you want people who are sharing knowledge and putting, their actual bets out on the table and trying to help you become a better capper, that's what this shit's about. So make sure you're checking out all of the shows, everyone, whether it's Sharpie, or Razor tomorrow on Friday. Check out everyone, man. This is a family with a wealth of knowledge.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're just getting better and better every day and working together. And well put. Spenny, you picked up 1.6 today?
Okie, no, they did.
Yeah, he did.
Just sitting back, relaxing.
Yeah. Yeah, Churchill, the middle pick 5.
Just petting your dog, scratching his neck. Pick up a quick 1.6.
What a man does, man. Cash his tickets.
Needed it for the weekend. Set me up for the weekend.
Oh my God, the Mets just tied it.
Oh,
holy shit! Would I be losing my mind? Because I was beating myself up for not taking Philly's first 5 full game all day.
My God. Me too. Me too, Jimmy. Me too. I'm so glad that. God, they were down 7-0, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go horse for the Derby. Because I want to get to work and
little horse for horse, huh?
Let's go for horse for the 2022 Kentucky Derby. So, Let's start with Mo Donegal. I know
a bunch of said the Mets took the lead. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
I know a bunch of cappers that are using Mo Donegal. Generally speaking, over the last 5 or 10 years, fucking New York horses just do nothing for us. I know Tiz, tried to change it, but I didn't really consider him a New York horse. Mo Donegal, and if I close my eyes and think, what's Mo Donegal going to do? I would love to bet him in the Belmont. Zandon, looks like he's going to be our favorite, I'd like to bet him in the Belmont. Do I want either of these horses in the Kentucky Derby? I fear Zandon more than I fear Mo Donegal. So there's going to be a few bets, triacta bets, where I have or trifecta for American where I have Mo Donegal in third. That's the only thing I'm doing with Mo Donegal. A few bets where he's in third. Mikey, what are you doing with Mo Donegal?
I don't know that he's a full toss for me, but only because I rads on him. I mean, he's going to have to, if there's a capable jockey to get him in position, but that's probably the worst draw that horse could have gotten, I feel like.
I don't think so. I don't think the draw is a problem, personally. Don't you think? I mean, for someone who's not going to try to get up on the pace, I mean, you just let them all go past you.
Yeah. It depends on where he ends up.
Yeah, just how much energy is he going to have to use to get back into position.
How are you, brother?
So I think Mo Donegal. So look at Mo Donegal.
I feel the same as you. Like in third, I'm cool with. I don't think I have him in my top two.
But you make a good point, because if you look at first call, 5 lengths is the furthest he's ever going to be back. He's going to be back 10 lengths.
And then
because he's going to have to let them all go in front of him.
Other horses.
Yeah. So no, I'm with
20 horses in that race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as of right now.
Yeah.
And G saying Zandon will be closer to the pace. So Spenny, what are you doing with Mo Donegal, if anything?
I wasn't gonna use. If anything, like you said, maybe in third or fourth or something like that, but I'm not using. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
So C-Mac?
Oh, C-Mac in the house. What up, man?
What up?
Yeah. Oh, what's up, buddy?
Snuck up in here. What up, C-Mac?
I don't know what it is. I'm signed in StreamYard. It just brings me the fuck in. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Really?
I don't know what the fuck.
It's got to be something you can fix with one button pressed.
Probably, but I don't know what find that button. I'm ready to push this shit.
It fucking tweaks me out every day, boy. It tweaks me out every day.
Oh, man.
You just look up and you're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
It's C-Mac's clitoris. It's hard to find.
When nothing to have, get him to it.
I don't know. You could probably find it, Jay.
Oh, thank you. Oh, man. I'm booking a plane ticket to Vegas.
I know you are.
C-Mac, perfect timing. We're gonna go horse by horse in the Derby. We started with Mo Donegal. I don't really want anything to do with Mo Donegal. And even now that we're talking about it, maybe I just cut him completely out. I was thinking of including him in third place in a few tries.
That's where I had him. I don't like the spot, on the rail. Horses haven't done well there, and the price intrigues me, like you talked about. I was going to use in a try maybe, but I don't think he has it. I think I need to stay away from him as well.
Yeah, I'm not interested. Let's go to the 2 Happy Jack.
People like dying.
Guys, I think Tease on the show earlier, he called out to take the Mets live when they were losing.
Tease is a monster, man.
Tease is a fucking legend, man.
Tease is, a professional better in meaning. No, you can be a professional, but whatever. Call yourself. It's almost like when I was in stand-up, so many people call themselves comedians, but do you do 300 plus shows a year, or do you do 10?
Right. You make a living doing it.
Yeah, but Tease opens up. So Tease's unit size is just, but when he sees a spot where he wants to attack it, he goes 10 times.
Hammers it.
It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I bring it up, because he does it to perfection.
Beautiful.
And he calls it the empty the coffers play of the day.
Oh, that's what that stand. I've seen the name of the play, but I didn't know
that's what stands empty. He's throwing whatever's left there. Stick in the wind. That was an interesting breakdown from Jose today. fucking stick in the wind.
Okay,
so let's go to
that stick's still stuck. You lost
8-0.
I know, but I lost too because I had the first 5 like an ass clown. Damn it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Jimmy, a quick question on horses on this race before you go on. Historically, is the outside won? You know what I mean? The 20 horses.
No, right? I mean we had 17th with was it Justifier Fair? Who was 17th? Who was in the 17th post? Oh no, was it?
No one's ever won from 17.
Yeah, it just happened, didn't it?
No one.
They've won from 15 or 16.
Authentic won from 15.
15, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, but he was 17th. It was just that there were scratches.
There were scratches? Okay.
Real quick, right? Before you guys go further, motherfucking Big Ragoo!
Oh, perfect timing.
What's up?
There he is.
What's up,
legend in the building.
What's up,
Ragoo?
God, check out these.
Perfect
timing.
timing.
Into my house about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, perfect timing. I love it. I fucking love it.
What's up, Jimmy?
Doc, we're going. We talked a lot about Friday, but we're just gonna because I got to get hammering these horses. We're gonna go horse by horse here for the Derby. We've talked about Mo Donegal, and we don't want anything really to do with them. And I was gonna use him in third on a couple tickets for tries, but I'm maybe just let him go now. Are you using the one Mo Donegal at a Pletcher barn with Irad?
I would love to say yes, but I'm probably going to say no. Just because
he's in the one spot. He's not going to break, they say. I
know they moved the one spot over, with the new gate and everything, but until we see some success with that angle, I'm going to probably lay off. But he's always going to be dangerous, with Irad, and if he gets a little bit of traffic, he's not going to be up front, so he's not going to want to get the lead right away. So I just have to take a little pause on that play right now. I mean, maybe I use him underneath in some of the exotics. I'm not going to probably rule him out all the way, but definitely not on the win ticket for sure.
I see Mo Donegal pushing late and coming sixth.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking too. And I don't mind that he's in the first post. If I was in love with the horse, I wouldn't mind it because
for his running style, he's probably in good shape.
Yeah, he'll keep the shortest route around the track. Happy Jack with Doug O'Neill and Rafa Bejarano. This will be one of the longest shots or the longest shot on the board. I'm not using Happy Jack at all with anything. Anybody?
No.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm not going. Yeah, I am going over here. Sorry. Okay. So then the 3 epicenter, Ass Munchin, Rosario. We've already had Spenny talk about 75 straight races. Ass Munchin has lost in a row over in Churchill.
Kentucky together. So Churchill,
never won.
Turfway, and
Keeneland.
And Keeneland. Yeah.
I certainly don't think Epicenter is a shoe-in, and I would prefer not to use Epicenter. I just don't think I have the balls to leave him completely off. So Epicenter is going to be involved in my action, sadly, but I'm not.
I want to leave him out too, but I want to leave him out so fucking bad. Ass Munchin go 0 for 24 at the fucking Derby. I want to fucking bail on him.
That's good.
I don't know if I do.
Fucking bail on his ass.
Oh, that's cool. 8 wins from that first post. I mean, I thought there hadn't been a win from that 8th post since like 1886.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. Yeah.
17, 43 runners, 0 wins.
I have to include Epicenter, but after breaking it down, I think that I won't have Epicenter on top. I certainly won't. If Epicenter wins, I'm going to lose. I might make a few bucks if a shot comes in late. And look at something. What a guy. Now that C-Mac and Raghu are here, he pops another $10 on the dono train. What a guy. What a guy.
No something.
Yeah.
He ain't kidding.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
He ain't kidding about that run, man. He's been making it rain on Pub Sports today. Shout out. Know something? Thanks, brother.
There you go, guy.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
Hell yeah. By the way, I got another sign coming. One showed up today, and it was like a little bit too light blue, so you couldn't see it very well. I broke the other one. I jumped up to celebrate while we were live. I stepped on the cord, and it came down and ripped up. But I ordered another one. So
there you go.
Doc, are you using Epicenter?
You got to be a fool not to use them. I know Denny's hot on them, right? So I think early on. What's Denny's position on Epicenter right now?
You know, I wish he was in the chat, and I know that we'll know. He hasn't called him a rat.
Yeah, that's
he gave him a pretty big compliment. He said he was an okay horse. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty,
I
like big. Dennis Garcia endorsement.
Yeah.
I'm also an Epicenter. I have it was first time in Virginia we were able to do some futures, so I at least got them at a decent price. As the week's gone on, I've kind of waned on this ass munching thing, but
it seems to me like the past few years with the Derby, like I don't want to say a lot of firsts, but a lot of the jinxes have kind of been broken. Started with like Justify, with the 2-year-old.
I'm hoping the bigger jinx gets broken here.
Moving forward, I think a lot of those are going to fall by the way. So not to say the Epicenter are going to crown the champion, but
no, I'm hoping for a bigger.
Take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah. So Doc and Mikey high on Epicenter. Spenny, Epicenter.
I'm not. I'm definitely not putting on top. I don't even think I'm gonna use. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna use it. If anything, it'll be just an underneath kind of piece. But I'm not a fan. I'm not. I think he's definitely a good horse, but I just don't think he's gonna run well here.
Is it possible that Summers tomorrow steps right in front of him?
Yeah, Summers tomorrow is going to go to the lead.
And to do that, you're going to have to step right in front of Epicenter.
Yeah. I think Summers tomorrow has more speed early than Epicenter for sure.
Well, why don't you touch on Summers tomorrow, and we'll go back around the 4-horse Summers tomorrow.
I don't think Summers tomorrow is going to like even extra distance in this race because the horse had to lead pretty much the whole way down when it was in the UAE as well, and then it had Crown Pride come flying down the stretch and take it out. I just think that Summers tomorrow is a horse that is going to be able to set the pace, going to be definitely at least right there on the pace. I think could potentially just push a couple of the horses extra than they maybe want to go. But when it comes down to that stretch or around that corner, I just don't think that Summers tomorrow is going to have enough he'll just drop right out. But it just be a rabbit basically kind of thing that'll be up front.
Yeah. I perfectly put rabbit up front. What Summers tomorrow can do though is fuck over Epicenter and get us fucking paid.
Money.
That would be perfect.
He gets a little loose on the lead, possibly.
I don't think he can get loose on the lead, but with what's his name moving to the Preakness,
early voting,
early voting. Early voting, yeah. I don't think Summers tomorrow can get loose. Messier won't have it. Right. Messier won't let it. So I guess what I'm saying now or thinking now is that I hope Summers tomorrow just wipes out fucking Epicenter.
I think I don't know if it's gonna wipe it out, but I definitely think that if Summers tomorrow has a good break, it's getting in front of Epicenter for sure.
Wow. Mikey, any thoughts on Summers tomorrow?
No, I'm more interested in the horse that beat it.
So am I.
Me too.
So am I, yeah. Doc, Summers tomorrow, anything?
No. I'm not big on rabbits. I mean, even though early pace settings and whatnot, I know over the years with the sprint horses, the rabbits have factored in, for the big price horses, but I think things have kind of settled down with the rabbits, and the early speed doesn't mean nothing to me in the Derby anymore. unless it's lone speed, but there's too many horses.
Yeah.
It's a nice horse. That's just not
too much.
Yeah.
Too much distance. Even the last race was too much distance. So
yeah.
C-Mac, any use of Summers tomorrow?
No, these guys said every word, and then Doc just put a stamp on it. Nope. Dies.
Nikki, Dabby, is it cool how we're going through horse by horse? You guys, is this?
Fucking yeah, I'm fucking loving it.
We're thankful to be on your show, and I don't mean to like completely.
No, fucking rock and fucking roll. I'm
the idea of this is so that like
people
can do this. Whatever's like the most important thing going on, like we want to be able to come in and bring attention to it for the people that want it capped. And I'm brave enough to admit that I can't cap the horses for you guys, but you guys can. So
hey, I'm literally sitting here taking notes. So like,
there you go.
I'm cool.
Rock and fucking roll. Let's go.
Let's talk about Smile Happy. There was times over the last 5-6 months where there was thoughts that Smile Happy could be the favorite here for the Kentucky Derby, and Smile Happy's in a tough spot with Summers tomorrow to his left and Messier to his right. It's a very, very tricky spot for Corey Lannery to figure out. So we'll go back around. So we'll start again with C-Mac, and we'll keep going up and down that way. C-Mac, I am actually, you know what? I don't know what to do with Smile Happy, and he was sort of in a Modonical thing where I thought I might put him third in a couple of my tickets.
Me too, a little bit.
Now that I'm thinking about the race shape, with Summers tomorrow to his left and Messier to his right, does this hurt Smile Happy? Are you using it?
I think so too. This is a horse, when I broke down, was right in that range. Like as I went through it, I had 5 or 6. Like probably a lot of people that are you got to cut it to what you want to use. And I like the price. I just don't like the spot. I just don't think he gets there. And in the end, I don't think he makes the cut for me. I just like a few horses better here. So I do like the number. I don't know. Maybe I'll in a try. This is a time I don't do too many supers either, but I'll throw a few in, with the Derby. So that's the only thing I use here. Maybe a little bit, but he's on my radar for sure.
He's on my radar too. Doc, race shaped this for us a little bit. What do you think about having speedsters on either side of you? Because Smile Happy likes to be within 5 lengths from the lead's the furthest he's ever been off of the lead in his whole career.
Yeah. Kenny McPeak has had some good success running in Kentucky, at the Kentucky tracks.
Yeah.
And his training facility is like 10 miles from where I live. So not that I go down there, hang out and, drink a beer with Kenny or nothing like that, but it's kind of an interesting take. I kind of pay a little bit closer attention. Like I had some futures on some of his horses early on in the Derby, and I'm trying to remember. I got to go back and look at the tickets actually, but the 2 of the horses I had didn't show up for the Derby for him. But I kind of like him as a trainer, but he has yet to kind of take that next step, with his horses. But he's had success. A lot of hype on his horses going in early on as 2-year-olds. But this particular horse here, I think, Run Happy was like all the rage, like kind of like Constitution was a couple of years back. They're touting this horse, on the bloodlines and stuff. And underneath, he's got Pleasant Tap. He's got some nice bloodlines, Pleasant Colony, on the Philly side. But I think the pace, I don't think he's going to get there. I think, like you said, setting up on both sides of him, I don't think it's a good spot for him. But it's a real nice horse. But I think maybe he's seen I'm not going to say he peaked early, but this horse I would look maybe towards the Travers later on down. I think it's maybe some early success. He's regressed a little bit, and then maybe he gets a little mature with a little maturation here. He's got 4 races. He come out of the Bluegrass second. Then he kind of a short layoff, not a real long layoff at Arisen Star. He finished second there, so he really hasn't done a whole lot wrong. But I don't think he's progressed far enough to compete at this level right now. Maybe in the summer meets he picks up some pieces. Maybe if he decides to run them in Saratoga or Del Mar, we might get interested in some races over there, but not here.
And maybe at a mile.
And a mile too, yeah. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey P, are you using Smile Happy?
I do like this horse. I kind of echo everything Ragu said. I like McPeak. This horse has been great. I mean, you can't take anything away from this horse, but now you're asking it to go longer, and being inside, I guess, of two speed horses. I think I'm more concerned about the big bumps and every jostling that goes on. I don't see how that horse could recover really from that. So I like the horse a lot. It's a very nice horse. All these horses are great. I'm not taking away anything from them, but it's not for me.
Spenny.
Yeah, no, I usually liked using McPeak horses. I like McPeak as well, but I liked Rattle and Roll a little bit more earlier when I was hoping that he was going to run.
That was the horse I had.
Yeah.
The future's Rattle and Roll.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to run better this year, but he never really stepped up. It's not like Smile Happy, like you guys said, has done anything horribly wrong, but I think he's more suited for something a bit shorter as well.
Wow, what a save!
Yeah, after our discussion here, come on, Marlins, go fucking home with this shit. I'm going to cut Smile Happy. I'm not gonna. And I have 5 horses. I'm focusing my action on, and we'll go over like our final plan when we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Messier, and we'll go back spinning around. Obviously, any Canadian wants the best bet Messier because he's from Milton, was born in Milton, Ontario, from Samson Farms, who are legendary here in the Canadian Triple Crown. And it's their second last group of horses. I don't know the story behind why that is, but Samson Farms, I guess, is shut. I don't know. I don't know the story, but when I heard that it was the second last batch of horses, I was like, oh no. So I don't know the story behind that. But when I think of Johnny V riding Medina Spirit in the Santa Anita Derby, he just didn't force anything, didn't push anything, and didn't care. And when Taba blew past Messier in the Santa Anita Derby, Johnny V didn't move a muscle. And when we saw Medina Spirit in the Kentucky Derby, Johnny V was moving every fucking muscle to make sure that Medina Spirit kept fighting. And I think the fact that I just see a very similar situation. And if Messier was able to go coast to coast tomorrow, I mean, I think that Summers tomorrow will take that very early lead by a little bit. But if Messier was to hang on the hip and go past Summers tomorrow and then take it all the way home, it wouldn't surprise me. And I see Zipsy and Schiffman and a bunch of experts that I respect and enjoy listening to want nothing to do with Messier or Taba. And if that's the case, and we all respect them, and that means that we're going to get a better price on Messier and Taba, and I'm using them both.
We got a big pitch right here. 3-2 count. Runners on first and second, no outs. Top of the third. 1-0 Padres. Marlins are hitting.
We need this.
Yeah, we need this.
Base hit ball 4, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm tripled up on this game. Take it away, Spenny. Messier.
Yeah, I love all of the things about, he comes from Ontario, comes from Samson Farms. And I was talking about earlier, it would be a shame as a Canadian not to use this horse, and he ends up winning. But I just don't know if it's going to be the same. It is the same horse, or going to be the same horse that it's yacked in, and not Bobby Juice. So
you don't think?
Well, I don't know if it matters.
Yeah,
I'm sure he was probably helping in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly.
So you're not using Messier?
No. I think I'm still going to use Messier. I'm just not going to use Messier on top. I think Messier will be there. I think, like you said, JB will be trying a lot harder this time. And you're going to get a good price on Messier. I'm not going to use him on top, but I will be using him underneath. Yeah, I just don't know. I just seeing him get blown by last time. I get it. Maybe it was just JB just kind of gave up or whatever, or maybe
not gave up. I think those were the orders. What did you think of Medina Spirits, Kentucky?
Yeah, Tabor was just that impressive too. Like it just the horse kind of just exploded by. So and I just and also does it concern you that it hasn't really even had a training session at Churchill going into the race? Like it's only trained at Santa Anita going into the race.
Yeah, I looked at that.
That's my only other concern as well.
If it was on grass, I'd be a little more concerned.
Yeah.
You make great points. Let's go up to Mikey P. Mikey P. Messier, are you using him?
Both former Baffert horses here are giving me the most trouble in this race.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really know what to do because I want to leave him out, but then I know there's going to be some secret magic here that just pops up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I prefer the I don't know. The two Baffords are just this is the hardest spot for me, I think. I really don't know what to do with these horses, to be honest.
I do.
It's a nice horse. It's a very nice horse.
Yeah.
Fucking
bet the shit out of him.
I like so many other prices. And if you look at like I think who was it posted on Twitter? Chu. He look at like Medina Spirits PPs, like it wasn't a blowout. Like it wasn't anywhere near these numbers. I don't know. It's this this is the stuff that keeps me up at 3:30 in the morning.
So. Messier's a tough one.
Zipsy and Schiffman don't have him in the top 5.
I can see it. I mean,
it's
like a FOMO type thing. Like,
no, but
I don't know. You got to make a stand somewhere, I guess. I'm still undecided here.
We're going to talk about Crown Pride and how we like that Crown Pride succeeded in such a big field.
Yeah.
Is it your concern that they haven't faced big fields?
My concern is this guy that's saying we're going to call him Tim Yakin, but it's Bob Baffert. That's my concern. Like the horses are going to produce, and I don't know. I'm telling you, man. I've thought about this all week. I don't know what to do here with these horses.
I think if they're far back enough, then it's going to matter. But if Messier's up front, it might not matter.
Let's fucking go. Looks like we got some other people on the Cardinals with us. Let's go.
Fucking go. Plus 120.
Yeah, I took that shit strictly because of Razor.
I like it. Plus 120 action was. We knew that we were going to get 20 cents.
What's up, boys?
Value. We knew Jimmy Gomez now. What up, Jimmy?
JG.
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, man.
Oh, keep going.
Happy you're on here.
Doc Messier.
Horses bred to run all day. Empire Maker, Unbridled, just AP Indy on the dam side. The connections, the Judd-Monty farms, from the breeding standpoint, just Baffert, just I love the horse. I mean, we always talk about the short fields in California, but they always produce. Like, shout out to G. He says Baffert's horses that finished second in the Santa Anita have won the Derby 4 times. So you'd be a fool not to use this horse and the exotics, and maybe on top he possibly to win the race too. So it doesn't bother me with the short fields in California. I love this horse. It's gonna be you're probably gonna get a decent price. What's the morning line odds on him right now?
Morning line is 8-1, but I think we'll get 6-1.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take action just on account of the Baffert connection per se.
I think 5 or 6 to 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna use him. He's in my top 5 for sure. maybe top 3.
Razor using Mo Donegal, White Abaria, and Taba as top 3 for now. C-Mac, Messier.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use him. The more I think of Mo Donegal and look through his numbers, I want to go back to him. I like the Razors on him. The speed just, I think I got to keep him in.
It's good to know something. Appreciate the dono, baby.
Messier. Marlon scored?
Sorry, C-Mac.
You went through it all here with Baffert. He's up in the air. I don't love the price. And if you talked about if he drops to 6-1, that makes me obviously the pedigree, this horse, he's got the stamina. Well, it obviously did in his last race, but he's there for me. I just don't love the number.
That could be Baffert taking off the gas a little bit too with that horse in the last race because he's going to get in the Derby. So why?
And look what G wrote. These horses.
Well,
and then they've won the Derby.
We just
know something. Are you serious, bro? Thank you, man.
Yeah, what a guy.
OG out here today, man. Thank you.
Okay, C-Mac, we're gonna go with Crown Pride next. No horse that's won the UAE Derby's come better than 6th place.
Exactly.
But Japanese horses are on the rise.
Hell yeah, they are.
And I loved what I saw from the UAE Derby from Crown Pride. I loved the way he ran out. I also watched the Mubadala, the grade 2 that he came 6th.
Yeah.
I tried to find an excuse for him. There's a ton of traffic. I tried to find an excuse. I think so. There was the first thing I said to Dennis. I was like, look, I'm really high on Crown Pride. And his response was very good, a very smart response. And then take it away here after this, C-Mac. Garcia Gaming. His response was this, quote unquote, and it is a very smart example that he used. It was he said, again, post positions. I don't care about works. Everyone's gushing about everyone's works because they're in love with his works right now at Churchill. But he says Pinehurst is your gauge. What do we know about Pinehurst? 5th in the Juvie, a race nobody likes. 2nd to Forbidden Kingdom, who can't even make this race. Beating big fields is a plus. And then he said this. He says, I'm not convinced they'll be higher than 20-1. And if you look at some of our friends, they've all included Crown Pride. So what are we going to get, 16-1 or 15-1 on Crown Pride? So it might not be the big number that we were expecting. C-Mac, talk about Crown Pride.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that number either. In the end, they just haven't performed here in the Derby. That's the lone thing that's just scares the shit out of me. Now that, Crown Pride's been there for over a month. They bred this horse, to run in like the Derby, overseas. I like this horse a lot. So he was written down in my 5 or 6, especially at this price. But I think it's drops too. This international market is loving him overseas. And I think he gets pounded a little bit, that this is the kind of a little bit of a long shot at over 20-1 that's going to take some money here, especially by post time. So, but I like Crown Pride. He's one of the ones I had written down.
Mikey.
I love it as well. I think it's kind of what you were saying, where the people that follow this sport know that we can't leave the Japan horse off the ticket. Like, we don't want to be sitting there on this race being like, we didn't include a Japan horse with all the success that they've had, especially.
And just watch Marshall Rain run by at 50-1.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to get 20-1? I don't think so. Not even close. I don't think I'm going to personally have a bet on it, but I don't want to leave it off our group ticket by any means. This horse has a capable chance, but personally, I'm probably not betting it. Maybe if I can make it work in my own ticket, I might do it. But I like this horse a lot. I think we can't leave it off, but we're not going to get 20-1.
Jimmy Gomez, have you capped these horses for the Derby?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna try to get on it tonight and then be good for tomorrow. I haven't capped it just yet.
Okay, cool.
So
No, you're
listen.
in the right spot, my man. Doc, Crown Pride.
I'm getting on and tailing.
Very nice horse. Just my success with the shippers haven't been too great at the Derby. So, I mean, it's a nice horse to too nice of a horse to kind of leave out. I'll probably use them in some of the exotics, but I'm not definitely putting them on top.
Spenny.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued in using Crown Pride. I'm even considering using on top. It depends on how I'm gonna play. I'm sure I'm gonna do plays where I have some box things and have some things where I have horses keyed on top. But definitely Crown Pride is gonna be used in my action. Japanese horses have been on the rise. These guys have been coming over at all faces of the earth and just dominating. The Yoshida family is the owner of this horse, is the biggest horse conglomerate in Japan. If you've been watching these bigger races in Dubai and across the world, Christophe Lemaire has been really showing off some of his skills and trying to put his name on top of the world as one of the best jockeys in the world. And I would not be surprised he's puts out a full-on effort to try and win this race.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if this horse wins.
And if you watch Crown, if you watch Crown Pride's running, I got it. It's Dubai, and no horses has come over and won from the Dubai race. But if you watch him come down the stretch, he didn't even fully switch his lead until he was getting halfway down the stretch. Then his lead kicked in, and then he ran out too. So this horse has the ability to run out at this distance for sure.
Well, but Spenny, that was a concern to a lot of thoroughbred cappers that he had difficulty switching leads.
I completely understand, but I get it. It's definitely a concern seeing a horse take a little bit longer to kick in and switch the leads. But even him not even being able to switch his lead, he was still able to run by. And then when he kicked in, it was gone.
Well, that was a great breakdown. It just makes me more excited about Crown Pride. Let's move on to the 8 Charge It. I'm higher on Charge It than I am on Crown Pride.
Yeah, Charge It,
I'm using Charge It with everything that in every situation, in every possible bet. And look, he ran so green. Saez, I thought, did a terrible job directing. He has enormous potential. I'll take Charge, and I love Tap It. And I know that Tap It horses don't win the Kentucky Derby, but Charge It's going to be flying down the stretch. And Crown Pride and Tis the Bomb on either side are not going to move quickly. Pioneer of Medina may and could cause a problem.
Yeah.
But I Charge It was so green, and I'm not worried. You don't want to learn how to race in the Derby. I get it. But I think Charge It's a monster.
I think it definitely took that race, though, that last race, as its learning point to go into this race. Because, it was definitely green as hell. But, I think Pletcher's going to have this horse set up and ready to go for this race.
I love it. I love that you think so. So you are using it.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely using Charge It. Charge is one of my favorites as well.
Charge is one of my favorites, and Charge is my price horse because I'm not certain that Crown Pride will be. Doc, Charge It.
I know.
Real quick, guys. Nutflesh said throw a little on the draw line on the Predators game plus 361. I won't make it like an official 1-unit play, but I'm gonna write it down for you right here too, and I might look at it too. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
I love that Dallas opened the scoring against the Flames. I love that
shit. So I have Dallas money line.
I came so close to Dallas.
I had New York in regulation. I had Florida first period, and I have Dallas money line. So we'll see if we can get a 3-0.
We made a big point about now. I don't know if Nashville can continue this, but we made a big point of when a team gets embarrassed like this, not to expect the same thing to happen, and switching to Connor Ingram gives them a little bit of hope. And That's why I stayed off the Avs in this spot. But they're a much better team. Doc, charge it,
right? For you and I, we had a short conversation yesterday, and you brought up the point about the tapping horses, not crossing the finish line first. Like I was really big on Tacitus, a couple of years back on kind of getting to the Derby and taking care of business. But I'm not going to say he's not a nice horse. He's a very nice horse. 2-year-old campaign, non-existent. Which that's kind of a strike for me going into the Derby. To kind of cross the finish line, but not to say he can't finish up pretty high up, up on the board. Maybe not crossing the wire first, but he broke his maiden second out, maiden special weight, and then he came back and finished up second. Improved third time out in the Derby. So I'm hoping it's not a dead bounce for him here in the Derby, and that's a tough ass to come out of your cycle race and jump into the Derby. But if anybody can do it, it's Pletcher. He's like.
Didn't the Barrio beat?
Yeah.
Barrio.
But that was at a mile and an eighth, and Charge It was going past White Barrio and then got like
just
the thing I like about this horse, he did start his career at a mile, and then he broke it second time out. So there's a lot of upside to this horse without question, but I don't know if I'm going to use him in any exotics on top. I'll probably use him underneath with somebody, spreading them out on like some supers and stuff like that and tries, but not on top.
Sense because is Charge It going to be the first tap it horse to win the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah.
When I say there's no tapping horse that's won the Derby, we all know the history there. But when I play my exotics, I don't usually just I'll key like a lot of first and seconds. But what I'll do is I'll flip those third and fourth place horses in the supers and tries on top to catch the bombers, just in case something like that happens. Not this. He won't be my main horse, to go across the board with, but he'll definitely be on some tickets on top and then far underneath too.
Yeah, no, I'm right there.
But he won't be a key horse for me. But he'll be in the mix. If he wins and I get the right numbers with him, God bless the payday when that comes.
By the way, Dennis Garcia was 50 minutes behind, but he said the same thing about Secret Oath. If Secret Oath is 6-1, like it's the biggest. It's my biggest bet of Friday for sure on Secret Oath, without a doubt. Mikey P, charge it.
Man, this horse has really grown on me a lot as the week has gone on. I've probably watched that replay too many times. I thought it was kind of Saez's air there a little bit. He tried to dive inside with that horse, and I thought that horse was loaded. If he just stayed on the outside, I think he wins that race.
Definitely. Even with the switch, if it was 1.25 miles, he wins that race.
Yeah, and I don't. I mean, obviously the guy's a world-class jockey, and I'm not sitting here to criticize him, but man, I really love this horse. He might be sneaking into my top 2 of this race here for me. I'm all over Charge It.
I'm using Charge It with every ticket.
Yep.
C-Mac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use him underneath. I think there's a lot of upside with Charge It, especially late. So I agree with you. And the price, I think, will be better on Charge It, than Crown Pride. They're right next to each other. So it should be interesting. It's green, like we all talked about. Didn't run as a 2-year-old, but I like this horse a bit. Because when we get to the next horse, I'm off. Yeah.
I'm off too.
Kiss the ball. Let's just.
And also, I love that Doc talked about Justify smashing the 2-year-old. You have to have won as a 2-year-old, so that's smashed. Not that I'm not going to sit here and say Charge is going to be the first tap at horse to win the Derby, but I'm just very high on him. Take Tiz the Bomb away for us, C-Mac.
Yeah, I'm off here. This horse, I don't want anything to do with it. Nothing against it. There's other horses around this, this price, anywhere from 20, 31 that I want to be on. And I think Tiz the Bomb is nowhere to be seen. And if he is, man, he's going to shove it right in front of my face because I'm not going to use him.
Dennis has called him Tiz the Rat. That's Dennis.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm not using Tiz the Bomb.
No way.
We're not on a synthetic track. Even if we were, I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
Tiz the Bomb. Surface. I mean, look at the last time we ran on dirt. I mean, it was horrific. He's not a bad horse, but I don't want anything to do with him. Mikey?
No, not for me. Not even close, really. It's a nice horse, it's just not talented enough.
This is another McPeak horse that he ran in artificial surface in Kentucky. He kind of snuck his way into the Derby with that. Gets weaker. So it's a pass on me.
Spenny?
Yeah, no, not same for me. Not using it at all.
Spenny, the start Zandon, then look. Do we think a horse that runs like Tappet horses? I know he's not a Tappet horse, but reminds me of. I know we talk about Mo Donegal and Tacitus, but we haven't seen a horse come from the clouds to win the Derby since I'll have another. Is Zandon the horse that's going to do that?
I think Zandon had a little bit more of a rougher start than it was anticipated in the last one, but still had enough to do what it did. I think Zandon should be a little bit not as far if all going to plan, especially the way that Pratt should have this horse. It's definitely Upstart's definitely more of a route running horse. I think it's dangerous to leave Zandon off your ticket.
I agree, but the price. Yeah, I'm really struggling here with keeping him off.
Yeah, I just don't know. Obviously, the price isn't great, but I just think I would pick him over Epicenter.
Epicenter? So would I. That's just what I was going to say. Same thing.
So would I, but I'm not high on either, really.
No,
I'm not Kentucky Derby favorite high.
No, for the prices that they are, I'm not overly intrigued, but I just think that he's the more dangerous one in my eyes.
I agree with Dennis Garcia just brought up. I just keep going back to Mo Donegal too, a little bit.
Well, let's hear what Mikey and Doc have to say. Mikey Zandon.
I kind of feel the opposite. I don't want this horse at all. It lost Epicenter.
And
I don't really feel like this horse is really raced against much. The worry, like we talked about earlier with the jockey, I mean, the worry here with me is Pratt. I mean, the guy's world class. It's not for me, I don't think, right now. I prefer Epicenter, and I have to make my stand somewhere. Probably going to leave it off.
Doc?
Chad owes me a lot of money, man, but I don't think this is a spot to get it back. I say he owes me on that. Let me rephrase that. He owes me money on dirt, not on turf. That's for
on
sure.
turf.
But I mean, a nice horse, beautiful horse. I mean, he started out at 6 furlongs, and he went right to the to almost a classic distance, 1.8 miles. Back-to-back races, and I like the fact that the horses, he ran in Louisiana, he ran in Kentucky, he ran in New York, so he's touched all the surfaces. So he's very durable in that respect. And
definitely.
And Chad's going to have him primed to run his race more to say. But is this the spot for him to be the favorite? I don't think so. Just coming out, he had to, like I say, his first race back in October at 6 furlongs, and then he kind of ran him back late September or early September or December. So if anybody's going to have a horse ready to run, it's going to be Chad. But I think there's way too many better opportunities to bet for your money than you're going to use them in exotics. You got to use them for sure. But to get the win place money, I say no.
Yeah, I think you got to put him. So then, I would like to not use Zandon on top of any ticket that I have.
Right.
Do you agree with that, Doc?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And that's the only way to really make any money. You don't need to bet that much to win a lot in the Derby. So, okay, I love that breakdown. Pioneer of Medina. Pletcher horse, third in the Louisiana Derby, fourth in the Risen Star. I'm not using Pioneer of Medina on any of my tickets, so we could move a little quicker if we find out. Is anybody here using Pioneer of Medina?
Nope.
I think I might be using underneath as a price. This horse is starting to intrigue me quite a bit. I think both Pletcher horses are starting to intrigue me quite a bit. This horse is working pretty well again too. I think he's another horse that, if you look at the breakdown of the race, from what I see, he's got good enough speed that can match up, and especially he could be another horse that not crazily off the pace, and he's gonna come. So, yeah, and you're gonna get like 30-1 maybe on him. So
maybe a distant third for me, but he's lost the epicenter twice.
Underneath, but he's intriguing.
What about Donut Silk's angle of? What about Donut Silk's angle of blinkers off?
It's a good angle.
Yeah, I like blinkers off compared to blinkers on, and unless if it's first time blinkers, then I don't mind, especially if it's like a horse that's only ran once or twice. If it's like a little bit later on, then I don't really like it. But blinkers off, I like that because it just means that they've been using them, and they think that the horse is a bit more ready to open it up a little bit differently.
The horse has been improving. I'm fine with that, but it got smoked by epicenter twice. And
I get it.
Bravo. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he took the fairgrounds route.
Very nice horse.
Okay, well let's go around the table with Taba. I was very high on Taba, of course, when I watched the Santa Anita Derby, and I become less and less and less high on Taba. I'm definitely using Taba. Definitely using Taba. I don't think that Taba will go off at 12-1. I can understand concerns about the training. I can understand concerns about going up against small fields. But I think Taba is extremely talented. When we talk about horses that are coming off back-to-back 100 buyers, including a 100-point win in a prep race, we're talking about the best 3-year-olds of the last 5 years. We're talking about Triple Crown champions is who we're talking about. Those are the only other horses that have come in with back-to-back 100 buyers.
All right, I'm sorry for those on the Marlins, but I need my runs, man.
Did we get one?
Yeah, Manny Machado hit another solo.
Okay.
Oh shit! I needed it the other way.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Sorry. No, you need the runs. You need the runs.
I need them. I don't like starting off.
One more.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Get it, man. So I'm using Taba with everything and everything. Let's go around the horn. We'll go down from C-Mac. What do you think?
God, his swing is so.
Where are we on?
Taba.
I don't have this horse, but it's under my here, right at 6th or 7th. The ones I had listed. What do you like so much about this horse, Jimmy?
Well, I said if you look at the horses who are back-to-back 100-point buyers, 100+ point buyers coming into the Derby, and who have also cashed or won a 100-point prep race, we're talking Pharaohs and Justifies, and we're talking about the best horses of the last 5 years.
Yeah. It's tough. Just with 20 horse field, I don't know if this horse at this price is
Simplification and Pioneer of Medina that much faster? Because I think that they're similar in speed. I think the three are going to run together.
I think Taba's faster.
And Zandon's not going to do anything. And Tiz the Bomb's not going to move forward.
No.
Charge It's not going to move forward. Crown Pride's not going to move forward. So you have to go down to Messier, who's going to be sprinting. So then you have, beside Messier, you have 4 horses in Crown Pride, Charge It, Tiz the Bomb, and Zandon. and Pioneer Medina. 5 horses that aren't going to be forwardly placed. And Taba and Simplification are going to. The 2 of them are going to run right in front of that group, and then Taba and Simplification are going to be right beside Messier, and right beside Summers tomorrow, and who knows what's going to happen to Epicenter. So those are the 4 horses that are going to take the lead.
Yep.
I'm high on Taba. And Zipsy and Schiffman, not putting him in there in top 5. 2, thoroughbred cappers that I have respect for. It's only going to help.
Yeah. So, it's 12 posts.
From an odds perspective, right? What's the current money line?
Morning line, it won't go off of this, but the morning line's 12 to 1.
12 to 1.
Wow. Reminds you of Medina Spirit a little bit.
Yeah.
Not the form.
It could go off around, but I think still 10.
The connections and the price.
What did Medina go off? 8 to 1?
He's in my top 6.
No.
But
no, Medina went off at
12, wasn't it?
12 to 1?
No, it went off at 8 in the end.
Oh, he said 8 to 1. Yeah, I thought so.
I think. Right, yeah, 8.
I thought it was 8 to 1.
Yeah.
Dennis has my thoughts on Taba. I made him the 7 to 1 second choice. Taba, as I've already told you, Taba and Messier, and now we talked about Charge a little more from a price perspective. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Charge is going to be the first Tappa horse to win the Derby. So at this point, I'm way higher on the California horses and the thoroughbred handicappers that I really respect. Mikey, Taba.
I'm with you on the California horses angle here. I think this horse is pretty amazing. I think I struggle with both Baffert horses and what to do, but this is, I think, heads and above the other Baffert horse, and I'm using it in every bit of my action here. You got Mike Smith starting to beat Messier. It's been great. I mean, it's been able to rate pretty well, and I think it can be right there. So it's going to be on my ticket, definitely.
Why don't we axe? Then you're going to axe Messier then, right? I mean,
I think so. I think so.
Medina went off at 12 to 1. I was almost certain he went off at double digits.
I think Messier is out
to
the 8 horse that went off at 12 to 1.
I cashed that ticket last year. You think I'd remember that shit?
And I had Medina on top.
I thought that Medina Spirit was 12 to 1 and Mandaloon was 17 to 1.
Yeah, I want to say 12 to 1.
You might, yeah.
K-Reed said 12 to 1. I could, yeah. So.
12 to 1, okay.
Doc, what are you doing with Taba?
Oh, man. I mean, what's not to like about the speed figs on this horse? I'm always looking at triple buyers, to put somebody on top. And we crushed the Justified thing, with the lightly raced, not as a 2-year-old, but this is really lightly raced. You talk about 2 races getting in with that Santa Anita win, but it's a dangerous horse. But I don't know, brother. If this horse, not that he's going to get on the lead by himself, but definitely going to factor, with those speed figs. So,
I don't think he needs it. He doesn't need it.
Yeah, I don't think his horse wants it.
Yeah, I'm sure he can rate. I mean,
he's already shown he's
definitely going to rate. I know.
He rated in the last.
But I'm saying he can go either way. So I don't know how the race is going to set up. With the light, with only 2 races under his belt. I don't know what the instructions are going to be for this horse.
I think
whether they're going to have him sitting off a little bit.
He goes at the end.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of question marks, but the talent's definitely there. So you'd be a fool not to use him at the price. And some of my tickets are probably going to have him on top. With the exotic. So whether I get to the window win place, probably not so. But I'll definitely too dangerous a horse to leave out of exotics.
Nicky Fish Tanks, you good, my man? Nice to have you back.
I scratched my fucking eyeball like an idiot.
That's okay, man. A Mars bar when you go to sleep will fix all that. Man.
Where's Pink Eye when I need him?
A Snickers bar, some chocolate, some Chinese food, right before you fall asleep.
My contact fell out, and I fucking tried to put it back in when I was putting the fucking solution on it.
Pour a little Miller Lite right into the eyeball, and you'll be.
That'll clean it up.
Just fine.
That's why I don't wear fucking contacts.
Oh,
I don't
good.
stick my finger in my eye.
Spenny, Taba.
Yeah. this horse is it looks special. It's only had, like I said, it's only had the 2 races coming in, so it's super lightly raced. But you got Mike Smith on a horse that could potentially be another extraordinary.
What about Mike? What do you think? He's good?
Oh, I think Mike's totally
fine. Okay.
If Mike's got a horse that's fine, Mike's gonna get it done. Like
that's what I think.
With Baffert.
If Mike has, he's sandbagging.
If Mike has a horse that's going to pounce a few lengths back, if Mike has, I think, maybe this is a vividness bias, but if Mike has a horse that goes right to the front, Mike sometimes forgets that he's on that horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think he needs something
to run at, and so I think Taba's going to sit in a great spot. We know that Taba's going to be able to have a lot of speed coming down that stretch. We'll see the distance again. But yeah, the horse is super impressive. I don't know how you can leave this horse out.
I think the fact that the horse is such a, so green with 2 races on his belt will have Mike's probably the perfect senior to have on this fucking horse.
I think he's set up perfectly.
All soft hands, can't hold on to him, and Mike Smith. Let's move on to simplification. Jose Ortiz. We'll start with Doc because I know that you were very high on simplification.
Yeah,
and
he was one of my future bets early on.
So yeah, why don't you take it away, Doc? Simplification. Jose Ortiz out of the Santa Barbara.
This horse kind of was a little bit early on. As a 2-year-old, like high aspirations for the horse. He's one of the early Derby top 10 horses, and I think early on he had some pretty decent races, and then he's kind of regressed a little bit, but still going to be a dangerous horse. Maybe he doesn't show the speed of late, and maybe not in the best racing form, but I think with the not much of a layoff, but maybe with the works. We talked about the other day. We said all the horses are working great. They're taken to the track at Churchill and whatnot. So you can't look too far into those. I've been getting some good reports on them, but this is a horse that I like, believe it or not. And I think this is another horse that I think later on in the summer campaign that's going to probably be, one of those Travers type, Derby late summer horses. Maybe not here to get up for the win, but I'm going to use him underneath for sure. I think he's going to improve. I think he's going to improve from the slight regression that he's had. He's had enough points early on to get him qualified for the Derby. He's a nice horse, but just really disappointed me in the last couple of races. So I don't know if it's a great bounce back spot for him, but I think moving forward he'll probably do well, but maybe not in this particular spot here.
He looked great in the Florida Derby because what's his name? Who won the Tampa Derby? I don't know his name off the top, but we thought he might even run in this race. Oh, Classic Causeway.
Yeah, Causeway.
He is running in this race.
When you get to Classic Causeway, talk about him.
Causeway.
Yeah, I was at that race, the Tampa Derby.
Causeway, simplification did all the heavy lifting to knock Causeway out of that race, and then simplification stayed on. It wasn't like he fell off. He lost that race he lost the Florida Derby to White Abarrio and Charge It by 2 1/4 lengths.
Yeah.
Simplification was a very, very late cut for me.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
It's just his speed figures are a little slow from what I like.
I like Pioneer Medina a little bit better.
Yeah.
Tough spot too. I think Jose's best shot is to just do what he
3-0
can
cards
to get out as best as he can. But I just don't think the horse is. I don't think it'll be enough for him.
I think he'll be a steady. I don't think he's going to have like the closing strides to get up, but I think he'll run a steady race. But whether it's good enough to get him involved in the money, to make a late run.
Yeah,
I know. He's going to be stalking without a doubt.
I know
whether
why
he's
Sano,
in position.
I know why Sano's running him in the Derby. I get it, but if he had not ran him in the Derby and only ran him in the Preakness, I would have been betting him on the
better shot on the Preakness. Yeah,
I mean he'll have a late kick to him but I like Santos. You know, we like this. Like I was really high on Santos when the horse that he had. What was it? A couple years back, the horse would come like from way back and have some really long. What was the horse he had, man? He only had the one horse forever and ever. He won the Florida Derby back then too, with him. I'm trying to remember the horse's name.
I'm close to him too.
The backstory with Santos is pretty crazy if you follow him as a trainer. You know, he got kidnapped in Venezuela. You remember that story with him when he ran the horse in the Derby a couple years ago?
He's like getting his organs taken. Jesus.
Yeah.
Take those organs.
Mikey P, you're the only one that's touched on simplification.
I mean, I'm newer than you guys to this. Watching the replays, I thought Ortiz kind of chased the pace there too much in the Florida Derby. I don't think that's really this horse's game. I thought he was kind of putting a little bit too fast of a pace and kind of petered out of it. I like this horse, but maybe for third for me. It's going to need a big rebound.
Field's too big, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's a cut.
I think this horse is better to rate a little bit and come from the back than it is to try and stay up front.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Mike.
So I'm not really super big on it, to be honest.
No, I hear that loud and clear. Next up, we have the 14 Barber Road. A lot of people feel like Barber Road's a sneaky horse that can, cash in a big price underneath. And 30-1 probably be a little higher, not much, but a little higher than 31. But I'm not using Barber Road. I think there's other horses that can close more than Barber Road. I'm not using it. Are any of you guys high on Barber Road that want to talk about why?
I'm probably going to use Barber Road.
I think I am too.
I like underneath though, because he can't win. For the most part, and that's why I'm not going to use it. But underneath, I don't blame you.
If I make a personal ticket, he might sneak on because I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely gonna love the extra distance, but he's gonna be
on him?
so far back. He's gonna be so far back.
Who's your rider?
You got Ray Lewis. Ray's not bad. I like Gutierrez. It's not like he's a horrible rider. I think he's a good up and coming rider. I think he's
a rat. DG.
Ortiz is it's nothing crazy, but yeah, I think he's just gonna relish the extra distance. But yeah, he's gonna be pretty far out back in this race.
I'm for third.
That's his biggest huge concern.
It would be a big price. Dennis says Barber Road is a rat. Says which closer is he better than Zandon Modonigal? That's the angle. I don't see. If this was a race void of closers, that would be different. I got so much work to do tonight, so let's see if we can speed up a little bit. White Barrio. I know a lot of cappers are using White Barrio, and I am not one of them. I'm not one of them. I don't like the post, and I wasn't in love with the Florida Derby run. And White Barrio is a talented horse. I don't want to take anything from him, but I will not be using White Barrio. I think there's going to be a ton of traffic, and a ton of dirt in his face, and a ton of issues, and a ton of excuses. This is a horse worth going around because this is the only last short number on the board. So why don't we all go around and talk about White Barrio? C-Mac will go down from you. What do you think of White Barrio and T-Gaff?
I like White Barrio a little bit. He's one I don't. The thing is, the price I think should be higher. And does this go higher? If it does,
a little.
Yeah,
we'll probably go.
I like it.
Higher.
Yeah, if this goes higher with him, I might make a move with White Barrio. He was kind of listed as in the 6-7 range, right around here for me. That the price killed me here.
How wide do you think he goes
on
you? How wide do you think he goes on the first turn?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know. With this Derby, with horse, this is such a different race, Jamie, with 20 than a normal, grade 1 with even 8 horses or 10. Yeah. How do all these horses react and where he's at? Yeah. What do you think?
I think he goes at least 5 wide at a minimum. Could be 6 wide. I think it's a huge problem because he has enough speed that he likes to be close to the pace. Shout out to Jeff Slaughter in the house.
Jeffrey.
Jeff Slaughter. I just don't think that he's gonna. I just don't think he'll like
TNT.
The horses. I think.
Yeah.
He just likes to run a golf.
Price. Yeah.
It's a terrible post for him, I think, as well. Let's go around quick here, Mikey.
Wait, Jimmy, and there will be no rain Saturday. There's rain tomorrow.
You don't think
Saturday's pretty clear, right?
Saturday.
No. Yeah, I know there is.
72% precipitation. I mean, I don't know.
If there's rain, I think White Barrio is pretty good. So it's a wait and see with me.
That's an interesting.
Says it's raining a little bit right now.
Tigers Astros game's over. We cash it. All right.
Detroit 3-2.
Yeah, we cashed first half under, full game under. I was also on Detroit first 5. Mikey, White Barrio.
Not for me. I'm gonna leave this horse off completely. I think. I prefer Charge It, and if I prefer Charge It, then I'm not going to include this horse. I thought Charge It should have beat this horse, and I think it's just too much here for it. And coming from that far out of a post, I think it just kind of gets shuffled back and doesn't really have anything to go.
Yeah, agreed.
Doc.
Yeah, I kind of like this horse a little bit, but I mean, when it's time to start cutting them, this is one that you got to. He's like an edge horse for me, so I might use him in some 3rd and 4th place horses. Not that it reminds me of a Tacitus type of horse, but in reality, the horse has done really nothing wrong. Just tough
spot.
I mean, he's come off the layoff nicely. He's come back, and back in the cycle. So, he should. I'm going to say he's in a form where he could be in a good spot to, step forward. The distance is not going to be an issue for him. So whether he gets a good trip, he's going to have to have a really good trip to hit the board. So, being that if he has a clean trip, he's up to the task. I'm not going to knock him. I think his speed figures are a little below par, but I think it's good enough to kind of get up. I mean, if you look back, he's 2 for 2 in this year so far, and he's hit the board. 2021, 2 wins and a show. And at Churchill Downs, he's got a place. Oh no, excuse me, an allowance race. Where the Gold Cup race, the Jockey Gold Cup race. He came in 3rd with Zayed. So he's been on the surface before and he's performed there. So and all route races. So I don't think it's going to be an issue, but whether he gets a clean trip, I'll probably use him, but I'm not going to win with him. I'll use him in exotics like 3rd and 4th place.
Spenny?
No, I'm not using White Barrio. I don't think he's gonna like you said. I think he's gonna get in a bad spot. I think he's gonna get discouraged, and I don't think he's gonna like the track.
I'm also not using Cyberknife. I also think Cyberknife is in a very tough post.
I'm not using Cyberknife.
You're not using Cyberknife?
No,
not at all.
I kind of like Cyberknife quite a bit.
Oh, I like the horse. I like the horse. I just think it's a very tough spot. Very, very tough spot. You have Classic Causeway, who's going to run right in front of him. You have White Barrio, who's not going to, Cyberknife is going to have to go in front of White Barrio. I just think having this Classic Causeway on his outside is detrimental.
Yeah, I just think Cyberknife's shown an ability to maneuver well between.
I like Cyberknife later in the year, like Doc was mentioning. I think this horse could improve. Down the line.
He's one of my outside post horses that I like quite a bit is Cyberknife, especially at the price that we're gonna get for him too. I think he might get forgot about. So,
is anybody else using Cyberknife?
I like Cyberknife. Yeah.
Talk about it, Mikey.
I was very impressed by this horse. I don't think it's a standout. I think this might be a little bit too much for it, but the horse in the past 2 races seems like it just wants to fucking go at the end. So maybe for third. I don't know that I'd leave it off my ticket, but not super high on it. I've waned on it, but I've liked this horse for the past week, and nothing here that really has shook me off it. Yeah, I do too. I mean,
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask for it. That's why I'm not super high on it. But it's a capable horse.
Mikey, talk about Classic Causeway as well, and then if any of you guys like Tawny Port or Zozos or Ethereal Road, talk about them. I'm just going to hit the head quick, and then we'll just go around the horn how we expect to bet the race. I know that could change, and then I'm going to go off into the shadows and cap. So I'll be right back. Talk about Classic Causeway, Mikey, and then if anybody likes those last 3 horses, talk about that as well. I'll be right back.
I thought Causeway kind of disappointed in the Derby, and it's stepping up again.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not for me.
I wasn't really gonna use as well.
No.
Quick question for the people in the group. Just kind of throwing it out there. I know there's a lot of people who don't do horse races, so just throwing it out there. I know in capping, obviously, there's advantage to be able to make bets early. Is there any advantage to betting horses that you like early or last minute? Or?
Unless you have a book that you can get fixed odds at, that you like a horse and you think the horse is going to get bet down later on, then yes. But in for the most part, if you bet something early, on most sites the price is going to change leading up to post time, and you could bet a horse. It could be like 6 or 7 to 1, and next thing you know, you come back 10 minutes later, the race goes off, and the horse goes off the favorite at like 8 to 5. So it's
got it. Thank you.
The benefit here with these 2 days is just there's so much more money in the pools, and that money shifts odds. So like a horse that on a normal day on an 8-horse field might be 4 to 1, you might get an 11 to 1. That's a very capable horse. So there's definitely money to be made these 2 days. Big money. So
I'm trying to remember if my book actually, my 3 book, but the one I used.
Did you guys like any of the other ones? Like, did you like Tawny Port, Zozos? Do you guys like any of them?
I know some people are on Zozos, but I don't.
Yeah, I didn't see it though.
No,
I was trying to look. Yeah.
And I think Tawny Port's last race was against nobody. I don't think Tawny Port's.
I have a question.
Good enough either.
Are the 15 over to 20? Any of those horses you think have any chance whatsoever?
15 over?
15?
Yeah. So some people like White Abario, which is a 15, but again, tough spot. I kind of like Cyberknife. Those are probably the only 2 horses that I like from 15 over.
You think Rattle and Roll gets in here?
Unless a horse scratches out, I don't think Rattle.
That's the only shot I got on my future.
I know, right? If Rattle
gets 21 by like a half a point.
If Rattle and Roll gets in,
I have a question. Does the outside horse does it have to be something that's early pace to get right to the front type shit?
It's got to get in a good position, right? Like there's got to be there's 16, 15 other horses. It's got to cut across to at least be in a good spot, right? So, just being on the outside, it definitely hurts, unless you have the speed to get over, like Authentic did, like when Authentic won, because if you have the speed to get over and get clear, then it doesn't matter. But some of the horses.
Well, I have a question for. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Nikki.
Well, how do they determine what spot you get? Still to this day,
they draw it. They do a draw.
Random.
They draw straws?
No, it's just like they just do it like a draw.
Ping pong ball.
Yeah,
basically.
Quick
lottery
section.
Well, I have a question for Spenny, Jimmy, and Ragu, and C-Mac, because you guys are better at this than I am. What do you think as far as post positions versus getting into traffic? Like, do you think that the post is as important, or if you can just avoid the traffic in this race and get a clear spot? And how do you try and find that in the PPs? Like, maybe this horse can hold up and come close. And I don't know. It seems like if you can avoid the bumping in this race, it's more beneficial than necessarily when you are where you are.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it depends on the horse's running style, more than likely.
Okay.
Also,
that's a big point.
Yeah,
we don't have a ton of history with the 120 horse gate.
Right. It's just such a different race, right? It's
for years we had the 2 gates, and
the 2 gates, right?
The worst spot because the horses saw a little bit of space. So I think it was like the 15 horse.
Yeah, and then
they would just smash into each other, and it was like how these assholes didn't put together a 20 gate field for this race. That's
what I always thought.
Yeah.
Look,
well, don't forget, years ago they used to bet the field in the Derby too. So you had I forget the exact number breakdown, but you bet, let's say 10 horses, and then everything else was considered the field. So you might have 5 horses for the price of 1, kind of like the 1 to 1A. But they used to do that with the Derby, but it's been a while with that.
Can you bet if there's an objection in that race?
I don't know, but
there might be side bet somewhere. But
the Stronach family owned a bunch of these tracks, and they owned Churchill. And I know there's a conglomerate that owns an hour, whatever. I don't understand that situation, but the Stronach family were the cheapest fucking dicks. And they just didn't give a fuck about the horse racing fan and only cared about making money. And
they're heavily influenced down here where I live too, Jimmy. They got they own, like you said, they own a bunch of tracks, but he made all his money. He was the developer of the airbag. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Magna.
I know Magna. I mean, Magna's the big. Yeah. It's huge up here.
Company,
I think of them as car manufacturer.
Right. That's what they do. That's where he made all his money. That's where he became. That's where he got most of his wealth.
My girlfriend's dad works there.
What's up, Dennis?
My dad despises the family as well. So I come from a rich history of despising the Stronach family, but only from as a racing fan standpoint. My dad, the Magna's made a lot of people a lot of money up here.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. And I know Ty Domi, lost his family by hooking up with Belinda, but that's another story.
Yeah,
but
a story.
He doesn't. The Stronach family didn't care about the horse racing fan, and just milked and fucking milked. How long did it take for Churchill Downs to put up a big screen in the infield? They put up 3 years ago. I mean, when I was there,
they still, yeah.
But when I was there in 2013, the infield was trash. The TVs were tiny and all staticky. There was no big screen. They didn't give a fuck, and it was Twin Spires, one of the most glorious horse racing places in the world. Yet Stronachs just were, sitting back getting their dicks sucked and taking all the.
We don't want, fuck off. Same thing in Vegas.
Well, they just
can't see it. You can't.
So we'll see.
They won't cut a deal.
That's why we're at Retama. That look over the.
Yeah, Retama
Didn't
was
get
nice.
that going at Retama. That is beautiful there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you should. I can't wait till we do a Woodbine thing because, my dad's an old head, and he was like, "This is so nice. Like, it's just so nice. Like, the paddock is perfect. The track is so beautiful. They do everything to make." Now, I wish we had an infield. Santa Anita's infield is heaven.
Yeah.
But let's go around the horn here. How are we going to bet the Kentucky Derby? And anybody listening or watching right now know that that things change and weather is an issue, and we'll be talking about this. We're going to be live for 10 hours tomorrow. We're going to be live for 12 hours on Saturday. So there's going to be changes. We're going to be talking about it nonstop. But let's go around the horn here. We'll start from CMAC and we'll go down. Now, Marley, Fish Tanks, and Dabby, do you guys have an idea? And Jimmy, do you guys have an idea of how you're betting it at this point, or do you just want to listen, or what do you guys
listen? I'm just straight listening to what you guys are talking about.
Tomorrow on the show, though, I'll have a little bit more. I'm gonna look at stuff. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Takes me a little bit longer than you guys.
Tomorrow for Cash It Fridays, which we're starting at 10:15 a.m., we also have MMA in France, right,
Yes,
Nikki?
we do.
So
start at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So I'll have some,
It's
we'll
just
have
going to be
we'll have some fighting going on while some horses are going. And what's better? What is all right? So horses and fighting have one thing in common. You know what it is? That shit happens so fucking quick.
I thought you said huge dicks. Enormous
that too. You gotta have a big old
giant dick
sausage to step in the cage, and the horses as well. We all know what they have.
Saturday we have UFC 274 and the Kentucky Derby. So we have huge. It's just going to be a massive weekend for us at Pub. Let's go. We'll go C-Mac, Doc, Spenny, Mikey, and then myself. Let's go around the horn. At this point, 30 hours, 36 hours before the run for the Roses. How you plan on betting this? Start with C-Mac.
I don't know. Real quick, to touch on these last horses, because we didn't really touch on them. With Cox, he's got all these horses on the outside, kind of. I agree. I think he's all in with Cyberknife. So I think Zozo's, even though people talked about that horse, and even Tawnyport, they're second and third, that he thought of. So if you do like Cyberknife, I mean, that's what Cox, I think, was gearing for. Yeah, I'm just saying if you do, when I was going through stuff.
He's got Giroux.
With Giroux on there. Yeah, he wanted Giroux on there. And Giroux said this horse is crazy. It's a funny horse to handle. So, but I think they're committed to that horse real quick before we got at the end. Mo Donegal, I keep going back after we went through tonight. I thought about he'd be on the edge. He's in for me. And Messier Moore is on the outs, as I think horses are better than that horse. But I'm not finalized it. I like Crown Pride, White Abario, Pioneer Medina, and Charge It. That's kind of what I have written down, and that's not even Xanadon. I don't know what I want to do there. So these are the 6 that I kind of listed. I don't know how I want to play them, but I've been narrowing it down here as we have talked about it tonight. So I love it.
I like your horses. Let's go over to Doc. That's a soft spot
in the back. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, my heartstrings are tugging at friggin' at Classic Causeway because I've seen the horse run. I know we could if you draw a line through the friggin' Florida Derby. I mean, the horse hasn't done a lot, even though he's ran a couple races in Tampa.
I can't get that in my head though. I know.
I know. That's hard. That's hard to do. And usually, that's a race that usually it's a step forward to get to the winner's circle in the Derby. So that's the X. That's the X that's on the horse. But the horse that's really got my goat is that fucking Taba. I mean, it's lightly raced. I'm not worried about the 2-year-old Jinx anymore. But I know Cox with Cyberknife really wanted to stick a knife to Baffert last year to kind of get across the finish line. With him not being there, he's going to be the X horse for me. Both of those horses, in actuality, drawing some strong interest from me. But I'm going to go back to Messier. I mean, that's a horse that I like a lot. So I don't know how I'm going to structure the tickets, but usually what I do in the Derby is I usually bet a nice win place bet, and then I throw probably do a 4-horse exacta in the Derby because I usually on a 3-horse exacta, but I'll do a 4-horse exacta.
20 horses, right?
Excuse me?
There's 20 horses, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm saying when I play my exactas, I'll box up 4 numbers. I'll play a win place, and then I'll probably key 2 horses across the board with 5 horses for the try. And then maybe if you get into supers, it gets kind of expensive doing that unless we get on a group ticket or something like that. So those horses right there that I just mentioned tonight, those are the horses that I'd be interested in for the exotics, but I'm not sure how I'm going to play the win ticket yet. So, and I got a few more horses I'm going to put underneath that we talked about earlier. So right now I'm looking at Taba, Messier, Cyberknife. I'm going to probably use White Abario down underneath. I think, he hits the board. He doesn't win, but I think he's very capable, on a decent trip. And then Crown Pride, definitely, the Japanese horse for sure. And I don't know. I'm going to probably be off for most of the McPeak horses, even though he does good in Kentucky. So, and Classic Causeway, I got to take a swing with him somewhere in the money too. So, but we'll structure the tickets on race day. We'll have a lot more information, then we'll tweet it out then.
I like it. I like the breakdown. I like who you're using. Hey, you're going to get a huge price on Classic Causeway.
Oh yeah, it'll be off huge.
Spenny, take it away.
Yeah, I think starting from the top, if I were to use Mo Donegal, it would be third or fourth kind of spot in a super or try kind of thing. I don't think I would use him on top. It's Irod, it's Pletcher, he's closer, but I just don't think he's going to be in a spot where, especially from the one hole, if he's going to be in a good spot to win this race. Happy Jack and toss. Epicenter, again, if anything, it'll be underneath. I won't use him on top. Not a huge fan of. Summers tomorrow, not using. Smile Happy, not using. Messier, still torn on, but leaning towards not using because I do like you guys, most of you like Taiba better, Taiba. My top horses that I will most likely be using on top for the most part are going to be Crown Pride, Charge It, and Cyberknife, and then and Taiba as well. And then probably underneath pieces will be like Barber Road, and Mo Donegal and Messier and those kind of horses. But my top four would be Cyberknife, Taiba, Charge It, and Crown Pride.
Look, I'm loving the horses that we're all on. It feels like we're all sort of together here with this.
RP.
One more Sharpie. Yes, you would.
Mikey, how are you betting the Derby?
Luckily, this was the first year that Virginia allowed us to have some futures, so I got Epicenter at a very decent price. So I think right now, for my bank account on how I'm betting it, I might just let that ride because that could pay for my tickets and be cool. Charge It has really run up the board for me as a horse that I'm very big on. So I think I have Epicenter, Charge It on top. Tabia, just, man, that horse looks lights out. So maybe that's 1, 2, 3, some sort of combo, and have Cyberknife and Crown Pride in there to round out the top 5 horses for me.
I like it. Who asked? I believe it was I had it right here. I think Daryl asked it if any of these horses could win a triple crown, and there's no superstars in this group, or is there? Because the only horse is Taba's the only possible superstar, and the fact that we don't know if it's a superstar is the reason why we're going to get a nice price on it. Never faced a big field, and Messier was not being pushed hard in the stretch, and lots of reasons but 12-1, I don't think there's a chance we get double digits on it. After talking about this race with you guys, I think it's, we talk about one of the mistakes I've made in the horse racing is not in my history is not creating a situation where you either win or lose. You don't want to make a little bit of money. You don't want to have an exacta that brings in, 7 or 8% of what you bet, So after all of that, all we said, the main bets I'm going to make on Saturday at this point will be Taiba and Messier first and second, and exacta boxes around Taiba and Messier, and I'm going to use Charge It and a little bit of Crown Pride on top, a little bit. I'm going to use Zandon and Epicenter in second and third. Say what, Nikki?
So Jimmy, basically, like what you're saying to some people that don't, maybe not. So 15 to, what do you think? 15-1 is the best you'll take on an exacta that you'll place?
No, for the Derby, you need to have more than 15-1. But for a regular race, no. I'm if I'm really confident on a couple horses, then I don't. 15-1 isn't the worst. But the Derby, you got to go for the big score. So I will for my. I think I'll try to create a situation where Epicenter and Zandon aren't on top of any of my tickets. I hope to be able to do that. And Jeffrey Blue, Taba at 33-1 for a Triple Crown. It should be 100-1. So I don't think it's not. I mean, and if any of these horses wins the Kentucky Derby in the Preakness, I'm going to bet heavily against them in the Belmont. And that was like the biggest lesson my dad ever taught me. Now I know American Pharoah and Justify, fuck with that lesson, but that was a main lesson. That he taught me was always fade the horses because what was it? Seattle Slew? How far did we have to go back? How big of a break? So my plan now is of the horses I was questioning, one of them was Morello, who's not even running, who I like as we move forward in the 3-year-old season. But Modonical, Simplification, Smile Happy, Crown Pride, and White Barrio, I'm only going to use Crown Pride. And then Charge It, Crown Pride are my longer shots. Messier and Tabas, everything's going to be revolved around. And then I'm going to have to include Epicenter and Zandon a little bit just because I don't want them to completely fuck over my action. But I won't have them on top. That's the plan. And it all goes off in 11 hours, 10 hours and 45 minutes.
It's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? Less than 12 hours. That's awesome.
Nikki, Dabby, thank you guys so much for having us here to figure, because it helped me out enormously. So thank you guys so much.
It was awesome. Other than my fucking scratching my own fucking eyeball like a douche.
Hey, is anybody doing? What are we doing for the double for tomorrow? Anybody's got their doubles put together? Did you guys talk about that earlier?
Well, we did. No. I'm now heavier than I'm now like so heavy tomorrow in the Oaks. Exactly. I'm Secret Oath. Secret Oath heavy. So
makes sense.
If I can get 4-1 or higher, everything's going to be. And I don't think I want to. Nest is so dangerous. Echo Zulu is so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, normally I would say on the Oaks Day, they're pretty. They run pretty true to form. If you don't see the big price horses come in the Oaks normally. So if you limited it down to Cafano, Echo Zulu, and Secret Oath, I think you got it exactly there.
Yeah, I like Cafano.
Yeah.
A lot.
What's Kathleen Oath's morning line?
She's like 7-2 or something, 5-2.
Okay, yeah. No, the only way for me to bet this, I see only one way of betting the Oaks at this point. I'm going to study it hard right now. It's the last race for this Friday card, but it's just taking Secret Oath alone. How often is it where you have is Secret Oath? Is she the third favorite or the fourth?
Fourth.
Is Nest, Echo Zulu, and Kathleen O all rated higher than her?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, then I simply have to only bet Secret Oath and Secret Oath alone. I think that's just a mistake. I think that's a fucking mistake.
I have a lot of
That's a good horse. Echo Zulu is good. I mean,
they're very good. They're very good. Don't get me wrong. I just think that Secret Oath is better, tougher, stronger. Oh man, this was fun. Okay, I got to get to work.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
and we're gonna end the show here too as well. So everybody.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody. Spenny, where can they find you, brother?
Yeah, you can find me at Penny_8 on Twitter. I always try and pop into shows like this or big shows with Jimmy on the weekend. So I'll be there on Friday. I'll be there on Saturday, talking it up for the Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks, trying to cash some tickets with the boys. And yeah, I try and put some stuff up on Twitter as well. So yeah, hopefully let's have a good weekend, guys.
Yes, sir. Jimmy Gomez.
You can find me on Twitter, JimmyJago21. regular contributor just in the chat. Always going to be on here late night. I appreciate you guys. This is definitely a good breakdown here that we had. I know that we're going to be, cracking it up and early. Make sure you guys are there on time. This money is in the oven. It's getting baked at the moment. So, tomorrow we're going to be able to cash that bread.
Respect, Jimmy.
Let's fucking go. Mikey P?
Mikey P 033 on Twitter.
By the way, he's gigantic. Go ahead.
Well, thanks. Appreciate that. I don't know. I think Big Show might have me. He's a big dude. Man, it was just awesome talking races with you guys. Nothing I love more. I'll be here for the Oaks bright and early tomorrow. We get started, 10:15, 10:30?
10:15.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Man. What an awesome day. I'm unfortunately going to have to miss the Derby. My daughter's getting her first communion, so, we got to take care of family and have a bunch of people coming in. But we will have you guys up. I already have the screen set up. We'll have you guys up. We have the Derby. My wife has her hat ready, and we will be watching and cheering and chat with you guys. So
nice.
I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Mikey.
Thank you, Mikey, for coming on too, man.
Congratulations, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Big Ragoo.
Yeah, at Big Ragoo 62, RAGOO62. You know what we do here. We get together, we chop it up, and we cash tickets. So we look forward to the grind, and we'll be back. I'll be back on sometime tomorrow. I don't know what time, but Saturday I'll be here probably at least half the day with you guys. So always a pleasure to be with you guys.
Fuck to the Marley, where can they find you, brother? Oh, you're on mute. I don't know sign language.
My bad. It's on mute. My bad. I'm here. Check me out at Marley Bets. We got a show tomorrow at Brothers and Bets. J Money is Money will be on the show. We're gonna break down the NBA. Also, catch me here with these guys, of course, and in the chat, fellow lowbagger.
Respect, Marley.
Connor Mickey Mac.
Good work, Nicky.
No, that was sloppy.
Thanks.
So sloppy.
You guys fucking with them.
You did a good job the other day. I thought you killed it. Just right here, Pub Source Radio. I'll be on tomorrow. I gotta go do the right in the middle of the horses. I gotta go cap the baseball card with Jose. So I'll be on Pub Source Radio all day tomorrow.
Roger that. Jimmy.
Oh man, Dabby Cab, Nikki Fish Tanks. I love this show. I love what you guys are doing here on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. I think it's going to be build. Thank you for having us talk horses here. Big fucking weekend for us, man. Big,
huge. We got to get a ticket together too tomorrow.
Yes,
we need to.
I'm not
get in line.
I don't need one for Friday as much as we need one for Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But I'll do one with you guys on Friday for sure. If easily.
Oh, Saturday. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
When I did my best gambling of my lifetime is when the stakes were at its highest. Where it was like you had to succeed or you weren't going to pay rent or eat or survive.
Yeah.
When Chris Kunitz scored the goal in double overtime in the 2017 Eastern Conference Finals in NHL, like it was like the biggest. I wouldn't be here, legitimately. I wouldn't I needed Pittsburgh that badly, and having a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old right now, the stakes are that high again, and I'm feeling it, and my capping's getting sharper. I feel it again where I'm like, you have to succeed. When I first went down to Costa Rica, it was like, creating content and making things exciting and seeing if I could. I was getting paid by SBR or whatever. This is different now. The stakes are fucking high, and we need to win. We have to win.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really excited about the opportunity of working with you guys every day. I'm just thankful.
Oh,
Let's get that fucking money. Win consistently. And show people that working together, you can beat the fucking books and defeat the juice, Exactly. Nikki and Dabby, thank you so much for having me, man.
No, fucking thank you as well. Well, you know I wouldn't be here without you. I've said it many times. Deb, where can I find you? Dabby Cabby, my host, the most. You're sign language. I still haven't learned it yet.
It's muted down low. I didn't.
It's got to be a Texas thing with these guys.
It wasn't even muted on my mic, man. You know, Dabby Cabby, man, and Twitter. But like I said, like you said, I mean, here with Pub Sports Radio with these guys, you know, Jimmy said it best. This isn't about here like tail my picks. This is about a family coming together and, you know, creating something beautiful together and fucking the books like as a team. And that's what this is about. And, you know, we don't have shit without this chat. So everyone that's out here still, everyone that showed up, thank you guys, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Everybody, get the bookies in the old button knot tomorrow. Mr. Fat Fist on Twitter. Always hearing motherfucking Pub Sports Radio. We be pubbing. Adios, guys.